Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados right here on Think Critical YouTube. Your Saturday morning delight is back with a vengeance. And we got a great panel of dorks to talk about nerdy stuff and have a good time. Looks like the chat is already flowing, which is always the best part of the show probably for most people watching. And we should have a good time today. Perch, it's been so long. Where you been, buddy?
I've been all around. I've been traveling. It's good to see all of you. And actually, I did a stream last night on my channel, which is the first time I've done that in 2.5 years. So we're just keeping it rolling.
Very nice. Did you have anybody cool?
I had Joe.
Oh, so nobody cool?
Joe is a good guest. He's
I
great.
love Joe. Joe's hilarious.
Joe's a great guest.
No, Joe is a good guest. I had some interesting people in the chat, and it was good. It was very chill. We haven't done it in a while. YouTube didn't notify anyone, so it was really nice.
No, I was going to say, in true YouTube fashion, I was not notified.
Yep. No.
Me neither. Yeah. 2.5 months, 2.5 year sabbatical.
Yeah. YouTube doesn't care, but it was still fun.
Oh, very nice. Definitely go check that out if you want some more Perch in your life. How long did you guys go?
A little over 2 hours.
Did you talk movies?
I don't think we talked many movies. We had a good comics. Hey, I'll do this for these people, and if you were in the chat, don't spoil it, okay? Last night, how many comics were produced in March? Would you say? As an old bit I always did, how many comics, not counting digital, not counting manga, not counting crowdfunding, not counting YA novels, comics in March? Anyone want to take a guess at that?
750.
750. Now, one hint, 2.5 years ago when we did this bit, they were at 610.
I was going to say 1,100.
1,100. All right. So the answer is about 860 comics in the month of March. And if you do include digital, you're at almost 1,700, or a comic every 20 minutes.
All right.
Very
So
nice.
based on Price is Right rules, I win.
There you go. That's how it works.
Yeah, all life is based on Price is Right rules.
That's just a lot of comics. I'm just pointing that out. I know it's a dirty geeky thing, but that is a lot of freaking comics.
It's too many.
It's a bunch.
You know what happened to me last night, Perch?
You went to see a movie. What happened to you?
That's not true. I went to see the movies while we were on vacation, but we've come back. While we were out and about, we went to an aquarium. There was like this little dolphin plushie thing that my 6-year-old fell in love with. We got him the plushie, and it's his new favorite thing. And he likes to like walk around with this plushie and everything. And yesterday I found it on the ground.
Oh.
So I picked it up and I'm walking around with it. He's like, "Hey, I want my dolphin back." I was like, "You mean my dolphin?" He's like, No, that's my dolphin. I was like, "You abandoned this dolphin. He was an orphan. He's now my dolphin." And I go and I like lay down and I was like, "We're going to take a nap together." He's like, "No, I want my dolphin back." And I'm like, "No." The next thing I know, he's like fighting me for it. And then his little brother that's 4 jumps up and said that he's going to wipe his butt if I don't give the dolphin back. I was like, "What do you mean you're going to wipe your butt with a dolphin?" I was like, "That's not very nice." He's like, "No." And then he starts wiping his butt on my face.
Well, he technically didn't say dolphin, but this very nice. That's some good Batman rules parenting right there.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to hold on to this dolphin while the little one's like trying to grab it out of my hands. The littler one is wiping his butt on my face, and then the bigger one shows up trying to get the dolphin off of me. And it was wild. Does that happen with girls?
No.
No. It's just...
By the way, Wes, I think that all 3 of your boys, I mean, the first boy had a legitimate grievance with you, but the other 2 must be punished for their disloyalty.
The only right answer is to cut the dolphin up in 3 parts.
No, I don't think that they are also wanting the dolphin. They just wanted me not to have it, and for the 6-year-old to have it. They were defending him.
Yeah.
But that kind of insubordination does not go unpunished.
Yeah,
mutiny is what it is.
Yes. So yes, I had a baby's butt crack wiped all over my face. That is Jim's kids are all over 18. It would be weird if they were wiping their butt on his face.
But not
if it happened, it would be after he fell down in the stairs and they thought he might be dead.
He was marking his territory. Yeah, this is my dad.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, this is the joy of parenting.
Oh, it's your Saturday night? My Saturday night was watching the Artemis 2 land, but we had a drink every time. We had a drink every time the news said front porch, and we got wasted. They're assembling the front porch, which is a floatable device in front of the capsule. We drank.
It was on Netflix. I put it on. All the kids stopped. My wife stopped, and we watched it land. We were looking at the parachutes. We're like, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, we saw the whole thing, and that was just great.
We didn't get trashed. Though. We were just thinking about the history and the moment of it.
Yeah, getting trashed is fun too. We turned it into a drinking game. You're in Boston watching the capsule land.
My goodness. Nice. So last week, Perch, we were all very unimpressed with the G.I. Joe Silent Mission Baroness book. We found it completely confusing. Nobody knew exactly what happened. What was your take on that one?
I am not confused because I have not read it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not reading G.I. Joe?
I read comics in bursts now when I'm home. So, but this week, and I know it's the stuff that happens at the end, but did people read Firestorm? That book was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And I'm a big Firestorm fan. I've been looking forward to this. And I'm like, ooh, this got some sauce. I'm interested. I'm in.
It was a really different take, but a really logical take. But if you were reading Vertigo in the early 90s, Doom Patrol and other things, it had that feel to it. And it just makes me wonder why wasn't Firestorm in the Vertigo relaunch? I mean, why not build it around both new characters and existing characters? Like you could do both. They've done both before, but that was a really solid book.
Better than Bleeding Hearts?
Oh, it's better than Bleeding Hearts. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
The only Vertigo book I've liked so far is the Ezra Kane mystery book.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's solid, man. That was a surprisingly great book.
Someone told me that Firestorm was like, imagine a Tom King comic that was good. And I said, so not like a Tom King comic at all. And they were like, yes.
Yeah, the darker aspect of it, but I don't know. I mean, Tom King doesn't.
You could almost describe that as the Century book from Paul Jenkins.
Yeah, okay.
That very Tom King-esque take to it, but much better put together and more logical.
Well, just solid. It is a mini series, as I recall, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do that? Like this is my favorite book to relaunch so far.
Well, that sucks, dude.
There you go.
But if you're looking for some more heat, some more sauce, Perch, this week's Silent Missions, Crimson Guard, which felt like the one that made no sense, would be the hardest one to do, was absolutely Amazeballs.
Oh, okay. Amazeballs.
Do you like Gabriel Hardman?
Sure, of course. I'll go. I think that's somewhere in this pile. I'll go read it and not pay attention to the show. I'll just do that.
Dude, Sully, when fucking Gung Ho shows up,
dude, I like the last panels, the last page. Totally fucking great story told, and how devious is Cobra Commander. And look at this double page spread. Yo, Joe, look at that. Get in there.
Leave it up there, Sully. Let's
nice stuff.
Come on, show it back, Sully. Give us.
He did not, in fact, leave it up.
Yeah, that's a good piece.
That's a great piece. Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, isn't that great? And then everyone's so toyetic in this too. Everyone looks like their action figure, and this was fun. This makes up for last week, so.
It does look like their action, and even like when the characters explode, you can see the rubber band coming out of them.
That's not viscera. That's his O-ring.
I mean, if you want to see O-rings, go watch The Boys.
Yeah, yeah, that's back. Yeah,
I've never watched The Boys. Is that something I should check out?
Oh,
I know.
No,
I
just watch
season 2.
Just watch the clips of Anthony Starr as Homelander online, and you're fine.
I mean, season 1 was okay. I mean, like real world application.
I thought Soldier Boy was supposed to be cool.
It's fun. Come on, it's a stupid show, but what are you gonna do? You can watch Invincible, which is like people are talking about in the chat, which they basically take a static image of a character and then move it around the screen a bunch, and that's like 50% of it.
Do you remember the old like the very first Marvel cartoons? I mean, I think we were probably all too young for them, but like I get them on VHS when I at the Blockbuster when I was a kid, or whatever the local
late 60s ones.
Blockbuster wasn't it? Yeah, where it was just like static images from the comics, and they like Captain America would go, stop, and then it would the shield would, like they just kind of like animate lines around the shield to make it look like it was moving. That's basically the Invincible show at this point.
I mean, I love the Invincible comic, but this animation is just the worst. I mean, it's terrible.
Robert Kirkman needs to spend all of his budget on throwaway celebrity voice actors to show up for 3 minutes of audio.
I don't think it's is it his decision or is it Seth MacFarlane's production company?
Seth Rogen is like
I'm sorry, Seth Rogen. Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Seth MacFarlane would have more range. They need
Seth MacFarlane would be better. Yeah,
it's the devil. It's Seth Rogen. Oh, it's the alien guy. It's Seth Rogen. It's like, Jesus Christ, they changed the voice a little. Like adopt a Boston accent for one of them.
Yeah, I want the Stewie voice for
Wicked Pissa.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that comic to death, but the animation's killing me.
It's gotten. I mean, it started. Season 1 was okay. I didn't mind it, but where we're at now, it's almost fucking unwatchable. The story wise, it's fine, but the animation is so terrible.
It's cheap
that it's become borderline unwatchable.
Well, it's Electric Company Spider-Man cartoon level of quality.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So it's a throwback. It's intentional.
My oldest is really into Ben 10 right now, so I'm going back and we're just watching the 4 seasons on a loop. And what they do is they have a static background, and then the characters move in the foreground. Is it something like that?
No, I mean, that's like the rotoscope, what Disney does sometimes as well. But it is, I mean, there is that, yes, but it's just like you'll have fight scenes where they have the character in a pose, and then they'll move that character around on the screen as the background kind of zooms a little bit or changes. It's like you got 2 static images moving. Look, we're making this sound a little bit worse than it is, but it is painful, and it has gotten worse.
Because I was like, the Ben 10 animation is fine. I think it's actually pretty good. It's like kind of textured.
Yeah, you can do this style. They use it a lot.
Did you know that they don't have Ben 10 toys anymore?
I do not.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I heard there was a Ben 10 comic book that just came out.
It's coming out.
It's coming out?
Yeah.
I was never a
went to the
fan. I
toy
was
store.
too old for that.
2 of my kids were like, I want Ben 10. There was no Ben 10, dude.
Oh.
Dylan, do you still have your Omnitrix?
Yeah, I got my Omnitrix in the other room. That's mine.
You want to send it over?
No. You just talked about your kid abandoning his dolphin or whatever. Don't trust him with an Omnitrix.
Yeah, that's why he's not getting my Shock Squatch figure either.
Boy, Jesus, why is everyone dissing on my boys? He dropped his dolphin. He probably saw something interesting. Go flower. I don't know.
5 minutes ago, we were talking about them rubbing their butt on your face.
No.
That was a ploy to get me to let go of the dolphin, and it was generally speaking effective. I did let go.
Yeah.
You got to
trying to get his butt cheeks out of my face.
that will work in later life as well.
Yeah.
I want that raise. Here comes my butt.
So, Dylan, I know you're the Ben 10 guy. If we're watching the show, where do we go from there?
I didn't like the sequel show, so there's nowhere to go.
There's like 4 movies.
So a lot of people really like some of the sequels, but I wasn't a fan. I only liked the original show, and then that was it for me. Sadly.
You didn't like the live action movie?
No, the live action movie is bad. I've only seen the one that aired on Cartoon Network, and it was bad. But I know some people do like the sequel shows, and I haven't watched any of the newer stuff. But I've checked out some of the sequel shows, and it's not my thing. I love the original show though.
But you're not going to read the comic book?
I'll probably check it out. It's just the art is so bad. I was excited when it was announced, but then that art is really bad. It looks rough.
Let me guess. Dynamite?
Yep. And also, like, they're changing some story aspects to it, because now it's like Ben's parents, I think, are going through a messy divorce or something, and so he like runs away from home to Grandpa Max, and tries to like join him and Gwen on their summer adventure. It's like, well, that's different. I don't know why we're just adding that little tidbit now.
Who's writing?
Felt unneeded.
It's Joe Casey.
Yeah, because him and Joe Kelly and all those dudes make a man of action. So
Well, at least they got somebody involved in the original show. That is a weird change. But
Yeah.
Just if Dynamite could just get editors that cared, just a few more. There's maybe one, but just a few more that actually cared and actually had the budget to hire an artist that I know that they could get better artists than they do. It's just laziness most of the time, I think.
Well, I used to have a bit when I would do the live shows where every week we would look at the nice pervy variant covers that Dynamite was putting out, and it was very sad that there was only one. Like they've lost their way.
They're not doing TNA covers anymore?
They had one, and it wasn't. I mean, it was Van Barella looking kind of sad. I mean, she was in the bikini, sure, but she didn't look happy to be there.
It wasn't a cosplay variant?
No.
Oh,
I know.
what happened to Dynamite?
I mean, this Diamond lawsuit has to be just screwing with them on every level.
Yeah, they had a lot of inventory wrapped up in Diamond, and I can't. Actually, that's actually really interesting, Perch. I don't want to derail us too much, but with everything that's going on with them, like holding all that hostage and saying now you have to pay us rent on what we've stolen from you. Like, what do you make of all that?
I mean, it's heading to the bad end. I think almost every single person except the publishers and Diamond admitted, a year ago, the company's insolvent. It's going to turn into a giant mess. The counter lawsuit on the rent won't go anywhere, but it'll be used as a feint against the people trying to get money out of inventory. I mean, they're just messing it up in the courts. But meanwhile, all available capital and money is gone. So anyone who thinks they're getting $1 out of Diamond is high at this point. You're not going to get anything, and Diamond will kind of muddle this up. I mean, this action basically ensures that the case is going to take another 2 to 3 years to settle. It's no judge is going to come in there and do a bench ruling. This is just a mess. Nobody's going to get any money out of there. The big publisher or the big distributors like Penguin Random House and Luna are saying we don't really want to take new independents. Like, this just will choke everything out. And if you are still hanging on to that tree, you've got to move immediately, or you're going to have no place to sell your books.
Well, by the time they get their books back, assuming that they do from this consignment issue, they're going to be 2 or 3 years out of date.
Sure. Yeah. There's some timeless
worthless
comics in there. I think they'll be fine, but the heat is off. There's no real way to market them. They're going to have to double spend in order to get people's attention again. It's comic shops, retailers are not going to go for that because they're not going to be certain anything's going to show up. A lot of these are mini series, so if you get one, there's no guarantee you're going to get 2 or 3. So it's like it's a bad situation. The only silver lining in all this for comics in general is maybe this is going to push some kind of serious, legitimate direct-to-consumer type play, where some of these small companies say there's no route for us with a distributor, so we're going to have to, not crowdfunding. I'm talking like some kind of joint effort to put up a store where people can buy, or maybe a deal gets struck with Amazon. I don't know, but this is a mess. You read those filings, it's a horror show.
So I feel like you're not in Diamond's corner.
No, I mean, this is all dodgy. They knew, Steve knew what was going on. There was plenty of evidence. One of the most damning things about them is, his son was making comments of our strategy is unsustainable and we are going to collapse. I mean, that's a public record statement that's out there, and sure enough, they did. But, I am never on the side of businesses that know things are falling apart and just keep it quiet. And just continue to take money or take inventory or do these things. It's fraudulent what went on there. And I mean, if you know that you have a problem, you can't continue to solicit business from people because you are stealing from them at that point. And that's effectively what I think has happened. But anyway, happy days. Yeah.
Because Penguin Random House for certain doesn't want any more small press.
That's right.
And Lunar doesn't seem like they're all that keen on it.
They strictly, I think as some people know, I'm looking to purchase one, and Lunar is now telling people no, just hard no of any smaller guys coming in.
What about Universal, the new one that's opening up in Canada?
There may be options, but they don't have the footprint. I mean, in my opinion, the only logical way to do it is that you're going to have to figure out how to make direct consumer work, but then you have to deal with the shipping costs. It's going to rise the price of books.
It's the scale that blows it up.
Yeah, there's problems here that they have to get to. And I mean, we complain about the cost of comics, but direct to consumer would mean you're going to be paying $10 an issue for stuff. And I don't think anybody wants that either. So anyway, there is, I think I would, if I'm a small publisher, I would take a bunch of these guys that are kind of in limbo. I would say we need to form a bit of a consortium around what publishing could look like, unify on a printer, say we're going to do direct to consumer, but we're going to have a couple channels. I would go try and strike a deal with Barnes & Noble to say, a lot of our books are licensed books. That fits well with your inventory. We'll give you a drop every week. And so that way your shipping can go down. I mean, there's things I think you could do, but those steps need to be taken right now, and they need real business people to do it.
Man, not very optimistic, dude.
No, on the bright side, last week a car hurtled into an Arby's, destroying it.
Ooh.
And so there are heroes out there still.
Crimes against roast beef.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they made it through the big Montana.
I mean, I'm surprised the car didn't dissolve.
Exactly.
On the idea of a direct-to-consumer model, now, and this is something I've never bothered to do much research on, but Marvel does still have their subscription service. Now, you're buying 12 months worth of books up front, and they're shipped individually. How are they making that profitable or even sustainable?
Well, they have a huge they have a huge mechanism. Disney has direct to consumer sales that they have the infrastructure.
Probably have deals.
But I'm talking right? I'm talking about the one that they've had for the last 40 years.
Yeah, but it was significantly cheaper 25 years ago. It's way
but some of the books were.
But so by they can leverage the Disney infrastructure to some extent. It is, from what I understand, a cash flow neutral business. They're not making money necessarily off it. I mean, they're making a small margin, but very, very little. They don't necessarily love it, but there's no reason to shut it down. It pretty much runs itself. The name of the game for a lot of these guys is you got to band together, and a lot of small publishers don't want to do it. The whole reason they're a small publisher is they want to manage their own ship, so they don't want to work together. But
yeah, I just meant that using a similar model to that. Yeah. Yes, I mean Marvel did do better on that back in the day, but it was because of scale. So they're making a little bit of money on every subscription.
They are
much.
There is a huge benefit, and this the small publisher can experiment with this too. If you have subscription where you get everybody, you get the 12 months money up front, gives you a lot of buying power. And so if you can move to that kind of model, and Aaron knows this with the work he's done, certainly with these publishers. If you're doing 6 issues and you can grab the money for those 6 issues on day one, it does give you a lot of flexibility of how you can, get that to the consumer and everything else. So that's, these are the ways
that's the model.
We're solving comics problems right now on this channel.
That's what we do, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a consortium of independents that go with that model and all kind of at least go with the distributor, a singular distribution point, to package and ship and negotiate a rate with the post office and all that stuff, might be viable.
You can do it. There's a route there, but they need to be the point, I guess, in all this is try stuff, because Diamond's screwed and have stolen.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Wes, we took that afield.
No, it's great. This is for comic book conversations. That was very nerdy.
Yeah, this is wicked nerdy.
Here's the place to do it. Here's the place to do it, dude.
This went totally over my head, but no, I love that, because I mean, this is where I get a lot of great information from Perch. I love the way you're able to break down.
Listen, you get great information from me too. It's not my fault that you don't read it.
I didn't want to inflate your ego any more than it is. I'm sorry.
Well, my ego needs inflating. I just had a 4-year-old wipe his butt on my face.
Wes brings the crew together. That is a powerful piece.
True.
Understands this business very well. But there you go.
Dude, that is my one super talent perk is I am able to get people in contact with each other that could help each other.
Yeah.
That maybe didn't know the other one existed.
I don't know. We have this artificial problem in the business because the rise of social media, I think, derailed a lot of people that might ordinarily have actually come together and thought about these problems and listened to feedback. But because social media is such a lightning rod of crapping on each other, that's one huge area where a lot of these ideas and things might have formed that just doesn't exist because people are too busy shitting on each other. So
speaking of shitting on each other, Perch, did you see the Super Mario movie yet?
I did. When was my kids? I don't know what everybody thought. Look, it was pretty to look at. I think my kids were like, they loved the first one. They were a lot less fond of this one. And I think the big complaint was Mario and Luigi felt like backup characters in their movie. Yep. And it wasn't that it was like Peach stole the show. It was just like it was this constant barrage of guest appearances and Easter eggs and other things. And it was hard to figure out the through line on all this. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that Bowser Jr. got the most screen time. And hey,
he's the worst character.
Yeah, it just like there was no. I didn't need Mario and Luigi to save the day, but I don't know what everybody's just kind of moving along in that movie, but whatever.
My kids loved it. I don't get it. They thought it was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, look, Mario, as some people pointed out in the chat, Mario and Luigi beat the boss in the end, true, but it still just felt like I don't know. I mean, there was something off in that movie. And then also from a completely nerdy standpoint, if freaking Rosalina knows what's going on with Peach enough to write a storybook and read it to her little star children every night, she couldn't send an email or a note or one of the stars to be like, "Hey sis, I'm alive. I'm over here. This is who your family is." Like, what was she doing? I mean, she was just screwing with her.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
The Star Fox thing was pretty cool, but that was the one thing that went right over my kids' heads. They didn't even get it.
Fox McCloud, Wes. Fox McCloud.
Fox McCloud.
Star Fox.
No, Star Fox is Marvel. I know the game is called Star Fox. Don't at me, but the character's name is Fox McCloud.
Listen, Daisuke, he's fucking Star Fox, and it was the best part of the movie, but it went right over my kids' head. They didn't get the bit
because they've never played Star Fox, right?
Yeah.
On a completely unrelated
so
thing.
don't blame your kids for your parenting fail of not having them play Star Fox by now.
Why, somebody in the chat also pointed this out, but why are you showing your kids the best of Rikishi?
I don't think that he knew what a stink face was until he gave it to me.
Yeah.
So he came up with that on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Well, applaud his initiative, I guess.
Hey, so I just read, actually, Marvel did end their subscription service as of September of last year.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well,
But Midtown still does it. It's just no longer through Marvel. But it's still 40% discounts.
Yeah.
You just
I know
pay for it upfront.
DCBS does that as well, but you have to order your books a month at a time. And
you're ordering them 1 month at a time, and you're ordering them and paying for them 3 months ahead of time.
Yeah. But that's how you get the numbers and infrastructure to work.
But no. Like, because Midtown's the one that actually managed Marvel's subscription service, like their mail order back in the day, and it looks like they've essentially taken it back over.
Really?
But you're no longer getting it through. You no longer have to deal with Marvel at all.
They sent me my G.I. Joe every month from
Midtown,
1982 to 84.
Yep.
In the brown paper wrapper.
Yeah.
I had that. Yeah. Marvel.
And then the cellophane ones from the 90s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering what the delivery device would be, because like when I was a kid, I got a Marvel mail-in subscription to Real American Hero, basically issues 15 through 39 for 2 years, and it came in a brown paper wrapper with like the magazine like address label on that too. So of course it's not like it's gonna come partially ruined sometimes, but if I only still had that issue 21, huh? Oh.
What's going on with you, Dylan? You're being awful quiet there. You don't want to contribute to the Super Mario conversation?
I didn't watch Super Mario. I didn't watch it. I don't got nothing to say.
You're a gamer.
No,
you're
he
a
went and
movie
saw
guy.
K-pop Demon Hunter again.
All right, Dylan.
No,
What's
I
your
think he
favorite
said-
song?
Don't go.
Like a
That's a
jerk.
Netflix movie. Who goes and sees K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah, if
You
they put
you
that in
went to a
theater,
Netflix
though,
house.
that they would make money if they threw that in the theater. By and
They
large.
did make money. They made like $30 million
They
in one
would-
weekend.
They would. Yeah. Oh, did they put it in the theater?
Yeah,
They
did
had
like
the K-pop Demon Hunters like sing along or something
Oh,
like
yeah. Fine.
which was basically just the movie, but with the song lyrics at the bottom
Yeah.
while the song is
sure.
playing.
By the way, I get the logic in the chat of the guy of what caffeinated something or other.
Caffeinated Wolf,
caffeinated
Andy
Wolf.
Andrew.
Look, I get it. I understand, and you're not supposed to think about it too deeply, but Rosalina was staying away from Peach because she didn't want the evil forces to learn they could do their star galaxy touching power, whatever. But she could send a mail. She could send one of the stars there, going, "Hey, you don't have to wonder where the hell your family is for the." I mean, how old is Peach? She's old enough to
He'll be
consent,
45.
so- no, in like I mean, Mario's wanting to take her out and give her some spaghetti. I think she's
I think he wants to give her the cannelloni.
The noodle.
it's been 18 years. You could tell her like, hey, I have to hang out over here, so I can't see you because we're gonna make galaxies when we scissor. But still,
When it comes to lore and continuity of this, is this the same woman who was on Donkey Kong on the top level at Donkey Kong that Mario?
No,
had
that's Pauline.
okay.
oh, that is
Thank-
Pauline. Yeah,
All
I
right.
remember that.
No, Princess Peach is the one that the Mario Brothers
brother.
say, but she's always in another castle.
Okay.
That's Mario Brothers. The Donkey Kong game was Pauline.
Okay. Thank you.
But
Yeah.
there's no Donkey Kong in this Mario Brothers movie.
But this is why these conversations exist. This is the fun part in a comic shop or on this show or these things. This is the dumb shit that we're supposed to be talking about. Make sense of this continuity.
Seriously, I mean, like that goes way back to even Mario Brothers. I loved that game. It was so simple, but especially you got the green one, and it was like, yeah, that's Luigi. That's like,
Well, sure.
and for sure. And it's like, yeah, it's like, I finally got a copy of Super Mario 3. I never really got to play that because I was a little too old, and I didn't have a lot of time. I was in high school and like a junior in high school, so I didn't have a lot of time to play video games much. And I finally got one of those emulator decks, and I'm like, I got Super Mario 3. Oh my god, yes! Such a big game.
Yeah, that's the one with the raccoon and the frog
Yeah.
costumes.
Because it was just like I love Super Mario Brothers 2, and I played the shit out of that. Who did
Mario Brothers 2 is an abomination. What are you
Really,
talking
Super Mario Brothers 2 is really
Yes,
fun.
because it's
The one in
not
the
a
desert?
Super Mario.
When he
Because
gets-
it's not
Not
a
just in
Super
the
Mario
desert.
Brothers game.
He's
He
pulling
gets-
turnips. It's terrible.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
pulling
It's
turnips out of
the-
the game, out of the ground. You're throwing them at Shy Guys. It's okay.
It was a completely different game
Mhm.
that they
Well, there's
just.
nothing wrong with mixing it up. Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers are not the same game. In Mario Brothers, you're fighting fighter flies and things that are coming out of the pipes.
Mhm.
No, I understand. My point is that it was literally they had made a second Super Mario Brothers, but Nintendo of America decided not to release it, and they instead brought over a Japanese game, ported slapped Mario and Luigi in it, and made that Mario 2. They ended up releasing the original Super Mario's 2 way later on, I think, fucking GameCube or something, as like an extended version, because their argument was this looks exactly the same as the original Super Mario. It just looked, just more levels to the existing game. That's really what it looked like.
Well,
They
my
ended up
favorite,
releasing a Japanese game here.
my favorite is Super Mario 8, which is on this this Chinese multi cartridge that a friend gave me for Christmas. And if you ever wanted Mario to fight all of the characters from Tiny Toons, that's the game for you.
Oh, is that the
Actually, I'd like that.
like that unbeatable game that they made?
No, it's basically they just took the Tiny Toons game and stuck Mario in instead of Buster. So Mario and Luigi instead of Buster and Babs. So you're running around like fighting Plucky Duck and whatnot. It's like, what the hell is this? So I thought it was like Mario 8. What the hell? I knew it was going to be some Chinese nonsense, and it was.
The real question is, can Black Canary beat Mario in a boxing match?
Oh
No,
Mario would get murdered, dude.
no,
Black Canary
he
can beat anybody.
fucking he hits her in the face with a fucking pipe wrench and takes her out.
It's not in the game.
There's no continuity where Mario wields a pipe wrench.
Nope.
Also,
no, it's the
I
hammer.
think that's
It's the
against boxing regulations as well.
Yeah, gotta be
Well, I
by
think-
boxing rules.
Aren't Sonic
Oh.
screams against boxing regulations?
Oh no. He comes over and like twat punches her because he's little then, and a mushroom pops out of her head, and then he gets.
He doesn't
bit.
really punch anybody either. He jumps on their heads.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Dinah might be, but if it was Little Mac's taking Dinah.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, he
Mike
knocked out
Tyson versus Dinah.
Yeah, there we go.
I did get to watch the Project Hail Mary with my oldest. Finally got to see the
Ooh,
movie.
cool. What'd you think?
Pretty good. I liked the movie quite a bit. I don't like it quite as much as I enjoyed the Martian. You know, obviously the same writer for the original novel on that one, but I liked it quite a bit. And Rocky and Rayland are a great little buddy combo. What did you think about that one, Perch? Did you get to see it?
I was not a fan of it. I texted you that.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't enjoy the humor.
You just don't like
I would have
Friends?
knocked that rock out. I would have just,
Oh yeah, he's only helping you save the entire universe.
we had a run.
Everybody in your family didn't like Hail Mary, or were you the only weirdo?
I think it was a 3-1. Didn't like. I had one family member liked it.
All right. I've met
This
these
is-
people. It's going to be the youngest.
The youngest liked it. Yep.
Boom. Nailed it.
In fairness, she really likes dance moms too. So that's the category you're in.
I can't believe you're throwing your daughter on the bus just so you can make yourself look cool.
Oh, well, she started putting Easter eggs in my videos that she's editing now, and she's one step away from going into complete business for herself. People are going to tune in, and it's going to have nothing to do with comics anymore. and as much as I pay attention to the channel, that will go on for like 3 weeks before I notice.
Like, why am I getting all these weird messages? People telling me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So
weirder messages.
What didn't you like about the movie, Perch?
No, I look. I've seen a lot of films in this area. I didn't think the plot had a lot new to it. I didn't like the way. I didn't like the humor. I just didn't, and there was just too much silliness to it for me. It didn't hit for me, but a lot of people are loving it, and that's awesome. So good for you.
That's why I like The Martian more, because it was more serious, and you know the stakes felt a little bit higher with Matt Damon being all isolated and kind of going crazy as he hasn't been able to talk to anybody. But I like the buddy aspect of it.
I totally agree. I like Martian much better. It felt more serious. This one, I couldn't get the tonal difference between the universe is dying, like there's an extinction event for everyone, and we're going to crack jokes. I just, the two just collided for me, and once it started doing that, I wasn't able to come back.
Did you hate The Fifth Element?
Well, The Fifth Element was not a serious movie, so I liked The Fifth
Well,
Element.
the world is in jeopardy there. Everyone's about to die. The guy's buying all those weapons.
Yeah, but there was no point where The Fifth Element actually was trying to get you to believe it was serious.
If they gave Ryan Gosling Gary Oldman's haircut, would you have liked this movie better?
Well, yeah. Maybe missed him more, get him a little bit sweatier. I don't know.
Zorg.
And Zorg had a Rocky-esque character that came out of his desk. That weird
Yeah.
elephant thing.
The elephant sloth
The
mouse.
Fifth Element is an oddly fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but it's ridiculous in all the right ways.
It only
Just
becomes
watch it the other
unbearable
day.
when Chris Tucker shows up.
Really?
When I saw it in theaters,
I love Chris Tucker in that
shootout.
movie.
I like him until the big shootout when he is at the maximum Chris Tucker, and then it drove me nuts. And then later when I watched it on video, like I came to accept it, and I'm fine with it now. But like in that initial viewing, I was like, "Oh, please, somebody put a bullet in this guy's head."
Fifth
In
Element.
fairness,
I think
in
that's the
fairness,
point.
Aaron, I was the same way in my first viewing. I was also disappointed that Luke Perry was actually only in it for like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
And we went back
It was
and started the next
advertised
day,
with
too.
him.
It was
Dylan McKay. What?
it was so good. We went back the next day and started. So Same thing with Project Hail Mary. I saw it a week later, but I saw that twice at the show. I saw Fifth Element twice at the show, but like the next day, it was like, oh, we have to go back and watch that right now. And I love the McDonald's scene at the McDonald's drive-through with the two cops.
I love that the
That's
McDonald's
plausible.
is like 40 stories tall, but the pickup window is like little tiny thing.
It's
I
fun.
just like the Gary Oldman weapon where he's demonstrating it. It's got a head. It's got a rocket launcher. Literally everything in that.
Flamethrower.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. You watch that and Demolition Man on the same night. That's a great double feature.
Yeah.
Demolition
No,
Man's a really good movie.
Demolition Man
Wolf is
became a
Lewis.
fucking it became prescient.
Yeah, unfortunately. Man, good shit. They don't make them like that anymore, Perch. When's the last time we had a great movie like that?
It's been a while. There's movies I enjoy, but somebody I think said in the chat, is there a movie that you watched that you liked that you would then watch a second time while it's still in the theaters and maybe then want to go out and buy it because you just need it because you're going to watch it again and again? I bought Galaxy Quest like that. That was a movie I wanted to see and have seen over and over again. There's movies I enjoy now, but they're just not they don't have that kind of, I would watch it again and again and again, which is what I think the great movies were supposed to do.
Mhm.
Jurassic Park, I saw 3 times in theater. And the day it came out on VHS, I gave somebody money that was going to be somewhere where they sold it to get it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a thing where you would go on DVD release day and go buy it in the store, and then Blu-ray came out and you bought it a second time because you wanted it, in a better format, and you're just giving all this money. And I bought Fight Club that way. I enjoyed that. I mean, there's just a lot of movies that a variety of types that and I really haven't had that urge with anything in a long time. I mean, there's, again, movies I loved, but I wouldn't go out and hunt it down to buy it.
Now a Jurassic World movie comes out, and you not only don't go to the theater to see it, but you wait till it's free on something that you already have, and you go, oh well, I might as well watch this.
Yeah.
And when you put it on, you make sure you got your phone so you can be entertained.
So you can text Joe like, I'm watching Jurassic World, and then tear it apart.
I can text Dylan and be like,
Yeah.
this Jurassic World movie's mid, dude.
That's the only. I watched that first Chris Pratt one with Bryce Dallas Howard, only because my little cousin wanted to watch dinosaurs, and I was like, okay, I'll watch this with you. And I was like, oh, I ended up liking it. I was like, okay, this was kind of enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a replay of the first movie.
Yeah, and I liked it more than the first movie. I didn't like the first movie the first time I saw it. I think because it was too loud. It was
What are you talking about?
THX
That's the most ridiculous take I've ever heard in your in your history of ridiculous takes. You not liking Jurassic Park is fucking the most ridiculous.
But specifically because it was too loud?
It was so. I mean, it was a little hungover.
That's
Come on.
retarded.
You know what, guys? Sully's kid.
I'm sorry.
God.
I will not stand for this blasphemy.
Dylan, I have been on a number of panels with you. That's my favorite moment of you right there. It was the incredulous. You didn't like it? That's retarded. That was amazing, Dylan. Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
That's incredible. I've never heard someone say Jurassic Park is too loud.
I just Sully in there, just like, oh, these dinosaurs, they're so loud. Oh, I just don't
And I was
know
30 years younger.
He was
Yes,
Jewish
exactly.
30 years ago.
If you were old, I would understand it. I
This
understand. being old,
T-Rex
you're
is
like,
awful.
I read
aggressive.
the book and I was
don't know if I like this
disappointed. Come on.
aggressive T-Rex.
It was like, this
Why is he
doesn't
trying
happen
to
in
eat
the book.
people?
The book was so quiet. I don't know why this movie is so loud.
That's one of the movies where I think the movie was better than the book by quite a bit as well.
Really?
Well, the
I
book
thought
is
the
way
better.
bloodier, and you get a really cool river scene.
I like the book and I think it's fun, but the movie brought it together. But I was younger too, so there was a cinematic experience of experiencing all the loudness that I really appreciated. But I mean, that was a solid time. But it goes back to if there's something about going to the movie, see it a second time, but actually going and buying then the DVD and all this, like you're spending $40-$50 over time buying all this stuff because you needed it so bad because you're going to watch it over and over again. That's that's the bar that I think, for me at least, it's a great movie. Thank you, Clone Geek, by the way.
Man. Somebody here, did you see this one? Somebody said anything with Sam Rockwell is great.
I knew you were gonna. I knew if you.
I
saw
think
that,
Sam
you were gonna
Rockwell
have
is
to-
awful. I
No,
think everything with Sam Rockwell is terrible.
That's insane. But Sam Rockwell's great, but he's in a lot of bad stuff. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He's not all of his
that's-
projects
that's
are great,
right,
but I
that's
love Sam Rockwell. He's great.
He destroys the Iron Man franchise when he shows up.
No, he's the
The
most
best part of that
entertaining
movie.
thing in
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he is the best part of that movie. What are you talking about?
no, this is ridiculous.
If you
Phenomenal.
wanna
He's
watch-
phenomenal. He's perfectly cast as Zaphod Beeblebrox in Hitchhiker's Guide.
He's so good in Seven Psychopaths.
You're telling me the Whiplash with the bird was better?
I like it.
No, I said Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
Favreau is great as Happy.
Mm.
Now, if you want to watch a terrible Sam Rockwell movie, watch Argyle. That movie sucks.
That is a bad movie, yeah.
Moon was good. It was directed by Duncan Jones, who is AKA
hated
Zoe
that
Bowie.
movie.
Moon?
Yeah.
But the moon was fucking
Fucking hate
terrible. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
From
So he's like-
Jurassic
so
Park
he's like,
is
Jurassic Park
bad,
is bad,
but Moon was
but
good.
Good idea.
Good.
Jurassic, hang on. I just want to. So Jurassic Park,
It's
bad,
too loud.
too loud. Moon, great epic film.
I love the thing with the clones, man.
That's what we're doing.
You
today.
like 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I
too,
did.
That's
don't
true.
Oh my god.
Sully is just upset that there wasn't a red band Jurassic Park that he could spend more money on.
you? We're in a blind bag.
Yeah, it's
Slab.
blind
Jesus
bag.
Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, as a longtime football fan, I always understood that the Patriots fans were morons. But come on.
Oh, shucks.
Man, there we go. Let's hear for the peoples. We got Calb says the newest episode of Invincible had Optimus Prime's Peter Cullen kicking ass.
Optimus Prime shows up.
They have a voice actor
His
in the
voice.
animated show?
Yeah, like not an actor, but like an actual VA.
That's
Hear
crazy.
Optimus's voice?
They didn't
Yeah,
do
they
some,
didn't just hire another celebutard.
some stunt casting
Uh,
star fucking going on.
Yeah, Peter Cullen is the betrayer, the leader of the Resistance or Alliance of Planets, whatever. So it's fun to watch because there's a couple humorous moments where he's gonna tear off his beard, and it's just there's some good stuff in there with him. But
United Federation of Planets.
there you go. Thank you.
Sure.
Does he deliver any of the famous Michael Bay Optimus Prime lines like "I'll kill you" or "I'll murder you" or "You're all going to die"?
There's a little bit. I mean, when they go into battle, it's like it is time to go into battle, and it's like, yeah, okay, it works. That was a bad.
Jag-
impression, but, yeah.
That's pretty
Jag
good.
Live. So, any of you guys watched the first episode of The Boys season 5? Has the humor gotten too gross like Shalene Soup, a litter box show? It made me retch really badly.
Not
Yeah,
too-
the
I have
boys-
not watched it.
I've watched it. The boys about season 3, I think, just leaned further and further into. In fairness, I would say Garth Ennis type gross out humor. I mean, it's not like it's not Garth Ennis. It very much feels like Garth Ennis. But they have guys crawling up inside other guys. That's the only way I say this that completely doesn't get you demonetized on this show. But the show has leaned more and more into that, where every episode now needs to have some kind of stunt. It feels like, and that it does take away from it.
I mean, I am amused by the fact that the actress of Starlight is now made 100% of plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she kind of looks like the Saw doll, like the shape of her face.
Oh, I never
does.
thought about
She
that till you said it.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't
Yes.
help it. I saw the still, and that's the first thing I thought of, and I was like, oh my god, she was so pretty. Like the things that Hollywood does to actresses' minds. It's like I have friends who are actors and actresses, and like especially actresses, like they'll go in and they'll have a casting director, and usually it's a female casting director, so it's not even like it's like the men giving them these notes, but like they'll be like, oh, you need to get a nose job and you need to lose like 30 pounds, and it's like you weigh 100 pounds. Like what are they talking about? It's like, but that's they go to work on their self-esteem.
Replace bones with
The camera adds like 35 pounds, dude.
yeah.
I don't know that it does.
Oh.
It adds 120 pounds, but I only weigh 110. You must float in the air.
Here's the subscription
What
for
the-
Ozempic. and go get all the fat sucked out of your face.
And then shove it into your ass.
Daisuke says, forgot to answer your question last week, Aaron. Starfish Hitler is in Kamen Rider X.
Yeah, actually, the chat was saying that.
Is Starfish Hitler good, Perch?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's weird.
Is it weird or is it funny? Is it both?
It's both. Yeah, it makes you go, what?
It's funny weird. It's funny weird. I don't know.
Right.
I should have more passion for that. It's a good question, but there you go.
Jaglive Purse. So if you came down to Austin in the future, we got to hit my local Arby's, 3 miles from me, can load up on some of the West Approved food.
Yeah, I would probably drive down, and so then I would have to drive back, and I'm not driving back with the shits for 3.5 hours to do that. So no, why Austin has some great restaurants too. Why would you do that to yourself?
Dude, some seasoned curlies in a roast beef sandwich are not going to give you the shits.
The curlies is pubes that they have in there. Because horrible standards of food.
Deep fried breaded pubic hair.
You don't even like curly fries, Perch.
That's not food. It's not food. It's like saying I'm going to go to this dentist, but they're an oil refinery. Like it's not. You're not going. That's a very weird analogy. You're not. Why subject yourself to non-food? I'm sure the sugar in the sugar packets that's sealed and shipped to them is actual sugar, but you never know.
I don't know, man. Those loaded potato bites that you can get, those are pretty good too.
Yeah,
it's like a hash brown with cheese and sour cream in it and bacon.
And, no.
All right. Daisuke says, fun fact, collectors that don't watch Kamen Rider are lovers of Arby's. How dare you, Aaron? Emperor Perch is here.
What?
I don't even
what is like you cross streams there, my friend. Very cool.
I love Arby's and I don't watch Kamen Rider, so it kind of checks, you know what I mean?
Okay. I like Kamen Rider.
And you don't like Arby's.
Non-food. So there you go, I guess.
Man.
Oh, Smalls is great, by the way. I like Smalls.
Who the hell is Smalls?
It has sliders. It's good. It's good food.
Oh, this is another restaurant.
Yeah.
Are they better than White Castle?
Yeah. I mean, they're more expensive too. There's nothing wrong with White Castle other than it. I mean, you're getting really cheap food. It's like, if you go to KFC, you're not going to get like Peking duck. It's,
Oh, yeah, White Castle, you get a dozen burgers for $5.
Yeah. I mean, you're not getting the best food in the world, but you're getting 5 dozen burgers for $5. So
yeah, and they're all wet.
Yeah.
That's flavor, dude.
Yeah, I don't think that pouring water over the bread is flavor.
It's not water, it's grease. It's fat.
That's not. It's moisture. It's
Beef
just
taro.
steam.
Jag Live. OS. Dylan, I did layaway at my LCS Absolute Edition of Blackest Night. My LCS likes me. I pay all my stuff off early, sometimes 1 year or more early.
Nice. It's cool that shop lets you do that.
That
Absolute Edition is gonna be so cool.
A lot of comic shops are just happy you're giving them money at all. So yeah, paying your stuff off, you're a hero.
Man. Absolute Edition Blackest Night, that would be worth it.
Yeah.
That's the last great event DC did.
No, Doomsday Clock came after that. Doomsday Clock was great.
I don't consider that an event. I consider it just an event series.
That's an event.
There's no tie-ins. It wasn't an event. It didn't affect anything. By the time it was done, it had been written out of continuity.
Man,
it's still an event.
I want a supercut of Dylan's reactions to this stream. They've been the best.
It's not an event. It's an event series, which is literally an event.
No, an event is a big event.
It's not
event
a movie. It's a motion picture.
An elevated series.
Doomsday Clock was too loud.
The ticking.
Was Doomsday Clock an event?
Yes.
What was the outcome? How did it affect the universe?
That's not what defines an event. Marvel does an event three times every year with no.
Yeah,
it made Alan Scott gay.
How did
that was the That was New 52 that started
No,
that.
this was Earth Zero's Alan Scott. This was the first appearance.
It was actually Green Lantern 80th anniversary where Tynan did that, I believe.
How did Meaningless Dumb Doom event affect the universe? How did Blood Hunt affect the universe?
What are you talking about? The vampires are now depowered, or they can walk around during the day, and now they're an allegory for illegal immigrants.
It doesn't matter.
Well, you said, how does it affect you? There's huge effects.
Okay, here's a big.
Well, okay, if there's a huge effect, but nothing matters in your universe.
Doomsday Clock was just mentioned in DCKO in the last issue, so
first time they acknowledged it since it came out.
Yeah.
Also, the first big event that's really kind of mattered-ish in DC since Doomsday Clock. Those Williamson's events didn't really.
No.
How did they mention it, Dylan? Was it a character saying, "Boy, you sure Doomsday Clocked that guy"?
That one.
No, they're like, remember that blue guy in his penis? Like, days. No, it's an event.
Penis and Doomsday Clock. I don't remember that.
No, they didn't have Gary Frank do that because that would have delayed it another year.
Yeah. He would have. Never mind. I'm not going too deep on that one. Oh, man. HH and the boys at Sigma Comics. Shout out to the Thinking Critical team. Please support the best channel in the biz, Thinking Critical and Comics by Perch. Calico Unwanted Man hits Kickstarters in May.
Nice.
Probably Kickstarter. Probably not plural. Might have missed that one up. But HH is the man, Perch.
I agree. He's a great guy. Yeah. I always forget the name of his assistant, but she was awesome too.
Casey, I think.
Casey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Casey's awesome.
Yep,
she was super duper nice. She gave my boys like stickers and stuff. They loved her.
Oh, they're it's a great team and it's a great book.
Man, when Aaron saw HH at MegaCon, he was already sold out by Saturday.
Perfect.
Yeah, we were just sitting at his table with our feet up on it because there was no books, just a big sign.
Smoking stogies.
Sold out.
That's the way to do it. Dicecape. Hail Perch Purchinson, who descends on his perch to perchly perch. Do the comics ICV2 charts even matter at this point? It's so distorted.
No, it doesn't. It's all of those charts are. I mean, they're based off Comics Hub, which I'm doing some research. I'm doing a video with stats and charts and everything. One of the ones I actually put some time into on Comics Hub and what it's actually fulfilling. It represents about 1.5 to 2% of the shops, the data you're getting. And the shops are highly, it's just highly non-representative of the other things going on in comics. It is not, you're getting a point of view with such a small sample size. It does not matter. They're irrelevant. It's an irrelevant place. It's a point of sale system that I guess helps some comic shops. So it's willing to pay the money for it. But in terms of stats, no, it's useless.
Also, they used to have a known sales data. They had a weighted system, go with the Comics Hub stuff, but that stuff is 6 years out of date. Yeah, every day that you move from known quantity, it's more and more deviating.
Oh, for sure. And there is odd stuff going on with the reporting of the numbers. And I'll just throw out my theory, which is mine alone, but the people that are throwing up numbers like Daredevil sold 300,000 copies. The challenge is I know, and you don't have to trust me, nobody does, but Penguin Random House is reporting that sold 86,000 copies. So there is a delta there that, you could make up with, direct order variants and blind bags. And there's a world where there's another 220,000 copies out there that got sold, but I find that really hard to buy. I'm just sorry. And it feels way more to me like a game that used to be played in the 70s where DC would announce something sold well and Marvel's like, well, ours sold twice that. And the source was, trust me, bro, there was no logic to it. They're just screwing with each other. And it feels like we're in that zone again because I see these numbers get popped up by a creator will say, well, my issue number 16 sold 500,000 copies. It's like, okay.
That was odd. It didn't really match up with what DC had released months prior.
No, it does not Like none of these numbers feel highly invented. And so I was talking with a couple of people, and I got a creator who was like, "Oh, are you calling me a liar?" I'm like, "No, but yeah, I actually yes, I am, yes." And look, there's no public source of numbers out there, so I guess people can say whatever they want. But I just look, I've been to a couple comic shops, including Madness here in Dallas, which is a huge shop. There's plenty of copies of Daredevil out there. Yeah, I understand that shops over order, so that it's logical that they'll be on the shelf. But this is a huge shop, and they're like, I said, "How many copies of Daredevil #1 did you order?" And the guy's like, 30. I'm like, okay, you're one of the biggest shops in the Metroplex. Again, I'm not getting.
I would have expected hundreds.
Sure,
at least 100.
So it doesn't add up to me, but who knows?
Yeah. And then Daisuke says Mario would win. Hello, Smash Brothers.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is about Mario beating Dinah.
Yeah, but she beat up Batman, and I think Batman could take Mario.
Yeah, that for what it's worth, and I haven't listened to your show, so you guys probably covered this for hours already, but I don't. This whole boxing match to me is a tale of kind of two problems. Number one, in the comic, we're talking about less than 3 pages. It's got 2 pages, a half page, a page, and a half page. The fight was a no-touch rules fight on boxing kind of fundamentals. So there was no knockout. There was no. So people saying like, well, Bruce has the upper body strength. Sure, but that's irrelevant in a no-touch fight where you're talking about technical capability. So I don't even know why it's that big a fight. Dinah's had more technical boxing lessons from Ted. What am I spacing? Wildcat. Why am I spacing on his name? Anyway, Ted. Ted. I had it. Overthought. So it's not a surprise to me. That's story number one. Story number two, of course, is that the writer went on social media and was a douchebag about it. So if we're saying like he was a clown about the whole thing, 100% yes. But the fight itself, I mean, I can buy that. Sure, why not? But it was funny on my channel. I made that point. Man, I got people angry. And I came back a couple days later with would Wonder Woman beat Batman in a fight? And the logic I used there was Batman had lots of time to prepare, possibly. But if you're talking about pure strength, I mean, you've got to. Wonder Woman's, if she just jumps in and just decides to tear his head off, she's going to do it. She's a god. Mm-hmm. And it was funny. The responses on that one were like, well, it depends on what story the writer wants to tell. I mean, it's like,
what if he binds her with some rope? Doesn't she lose her powers?
So, suddenly all these other it's funny. That's
misogynist.
Well, I'm not calling
Golden
it that.
Age.
I'm calling Sully misogynist.
I'm calling that the Golden Age Wonder Woman. You tie her up, and it was the whole bondage stuff that was going on in that Golden Age book.
That is true. Yeah.
If Batman tied her up and spanked her, would he win? Sure. I think he is winning at
because
that point.
that was her like Alan Scott was allergic to wood, and it was her like one weakness. If she was bound by a man with rope, I think it was either or, but she would lose her powers until she was untied.
Yeah,
that was part of it.
It is true. A writer can make anybody win. That's the nature of comics. It's what story you want to put out there. But I was slightly surprised and fascinated by the amount of like they want to kill me type videos coming out from people on why Dinah beating Batman was horrifying, and it's like, there's like, this is a backdoor for them having transgender people in sports. It's like there was no fight.
That's ridiculous.
What are you talking about? They didn't touch each other. Like, come on.
I'm gonna disappoint you here, Perch.
I don't care.
I did not cover it at all on the channel, and we didn't talk about it really during the aficionados because I didn't care.
That is the correct answer.
That's how I feel about most Tom Taylor work. Is it's just, who cares?
No, I mean. The funny part, I promise I will move on and stop boring people with this, but I
like Chuck Dixon fucking slaying Tom Taylor on social media. It's funny, but I don't care.
It was the fight between the two of them. But the funny part was where Tom Taylor tries to tag in Gail Simone to come to his defense, and unless I missed it, she was like, "Nah, fuck off. I'm not going for this one."
Oh man, Gail Simone's
get a woman to come in and fight my battle.
Yeah,
She can take Chuck the way that Dinah took Batman.
I'm thinking Gail has a better chance against Chuck than Tom, though.
Oh, I think so.
I'll
Yeah,
throw
I think
that.
you're right.
Yeah.
Gallup says Neon said it better. There should be a psychological study of the shipper, especially the cartoon ones.
I coined the phrase "cartoonatic" this week because of the voice actress on Fairly Odd Parents that plays Hazel, getting that weird message from that guy that was threatening her because Hazel is his wife, and how dare she come between what is ordained by the universe and God. It was just like I've run afoul of the cartoon stands before, so I know exactly what level of lunacy they're capable of.
Is that considered shipping or is that lunacy?
It's a little of both because I mean he's shipping himself with the character,
Uh-huh.
like, and he's upset because she was giving into
He's not honoring his ship.
not honoring his ship, but because she was honoring somebody shipping a character with another character on the show as opposed to shipping it with him.
No way.
Yeah, it's weird. Look, we've got a lot of mentally ill people running around. There's
Mhm.
high levels of autism, in the populace, and some of that is not, it's not just guys that are obsessed with trains anymore. There's some legitimately very twisted, mentally ill
No,
people.
the shipper stuff is way more of a fetish.
We need mental institutions back in this country very, very, very immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you
these
think
people
about
are
shipping?
psychotic.
Are you into the shipping culture, dude?
What? No.
I thought maybe you might have been. I didn't know who shippers were until I was into the show Supernatural, and I started. I was Googling it, and all of a sudden, like, Wincest showed up, and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's shipping. That's awful."
I learned what they were when I had Quackerjack treat Megavolt's feelings cavalierly in Darkwing Duck. And all of a sudden I was getting messages from people who were very upset because they're lovers. And I'm like, yeah, they're not. It was never present in the show. So piss off with that.
Shipping is a funny thing because it went from something that was kind of normal for writers and help sales, which was like, will they or won't they with these characters getting together, which is a normal thing that people play off of. It's how Friends got the Ross Rachel thing going for, what I
Dawson's
a lot of
Mulder
years.
Scully.
Yeah, Mulder and Scully.
A lot of Dylan McKay with whoever.
Yeah, the challenge is, Mr. T with Face, and sorry,
It was Murdoch. Come on.
The weird part about shipping became when the kind of fantasy idea of wouldn't it be funny or good if these characters got together turned into we expect it. Like we've rewritten the canon in our minds, and now the shipping that we're doing has to occur. And it's like this week's issue of Psylocke Ninja. You've got Psylocke and Elektra in a fight, and it's kind of sort of but not really, like they almost kiss in this comic. And you're seeing a very small amount of people. If it was 4 years ago, there'd be thousands of tweets on this. But you're seeing these people going, well, see, this proves that the two of them were always meant to be a couple. It's canon now that Psylocke is a non-binary bi because she was going to kiss Elektra. And it's like this
is the one of the topics about fucking canon and the stupid Batman Superman in the fake comic inside of another comic now makes it canon in the universe that DC or that Superman and Batman are lovers. Like, fuck off with all this shit, you crazy lunatics.
Well, I know, but nobody. I mean, the problem is, to your point, it's only the lunatics that actually believe this. Like, nobody really,
and journalists.
Yeah, we shouldn't be fooling the lunatics, is my point.
The journalists don't believe it. They're there for clickbait. They know if they put something up there spicy and where that causes the person to go, what?
Right.
And then people will click. But
click on it, and that's
99% of the people read that know exactly what it is, and they are just more or less think it's weird that people are commenting on it. And we see that over and over and over again. You got 1% of people who are either mentally ill or just like the attention, and they're like, well, this one scene clearly proves. And it's like, no, stop. Just stop.
The web slinger. Hey, look, it's Pershington the Third. About to perch this place up. It's perching time.
Well, at least, yeah, you're giving your money to Wes, so that's a good plan. But good to see you.
Dude, you're the perch of comics.
Yeah,
The moment is here. You can stop your search.
there you have it.
I love that.
I like the manga anime one, but man, I know some people hate that thing, and it
Really? I
it
like
looks
how
like
you have
Oscar.
Wes. You have an anime AI Wes, and you talking at the con. They're like, look at that! Oh, they're adorable.
It's
Like,
cute.
it's
No,
a
Wes is in
smile.
that
You
one.
play around with those AIs too much, and it's going to ship us. I can tell you that right now.
It already has.
They already
Oh,
have, man. Did you read the Reddit?
Oh, for sure.
Oh man, I saw the one thing where you ship Superman and Supergirl perch. That was weird.
That was AI. It's funny because that was me creating some material for the patent. Because if you look closely at that, it's Alex Ross, his art style with that classic crisis scene of Supergirl dead. And so I was creating some material to kind of validate the patent, and we got this. I said that off the air, so nobody knows what I'm talking about right now. Well, we'll deal with that later. Anyway, so the AI engine just has them start making out, which was hilarious. But
Pretty gross.
yeah,
What else hilarious? Gallup says, on what Jack Live said, one of the writers they hired for episode 2 is Jessica Gao, and the episode wasn't received well.
What was episode
Daredevil?
of what?
Of Daredevil, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly Daredevil got good this week because episode 3 came out, right?
yeah. I think 3 or 4. I'm liking Daredevil. I think this new season's pretty good.
You know what?
Josh,
I realized
First two episodes are over. It gets good.
Oh, there you go.
I started watching the first episode the other day, and then I realized I never even bothered to watch episode 9 of last season. So, and then I realized that I think I only got about halfway through episode 8 before I got bored and forgot about it and turned it off and started watching something else. And now I realized I need to go back and watch the other half of episode 8 and episode 9 before I know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. No, well, one, I think I've enjoyed it. I think it's good. 2, I wouldn't buy it. So to that earlier conversation, I wouldn't go to the store and purchase this, but it's been entertaining to watch. The 3, more and more people are coming out of the woodwork going, well, this isn't as good as the Netflix when they were doing the Marvel series. And am I crazy? A lot of those Netflix seasons were terrible.
Seasons 1 and 2 were absolutely amazing.
No, I'm talking about
Season
the whole thing. I'm talking about Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Oh yeah. 'cause Daredevil as a whole was really
Fist,
good on
Iron
Netflix.
Fist
Daredevil.
But the other
Jessica
shows,
Jones.
Season 1 was okay, but
was
some of these-
good.
Season 1 of
Season-
Jessica Jones got carried by the villain. He was great.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
show as a
It was
whole
great.
was
David Tennant.
And 2 and 3 were terrible. Luke Cage. I literally forgot that they made a season 3 of Jessica Jones.
Luke Cage came out hot with Mahershala Ali, and they killed him instantly and had some like fat lady as the main villain, and that was
100%.
rough. And also every episode had like a 15-minute blues scene,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
and it was more interested in being a Misty Knight show than a Luke Cage show.
Yes.
That was very disappointing. Iron Fist, I don't think anyone working on that show has read an Iron Fist comic. And I think Finn Jones was miscast as Danny Rand. Yeah, a lot of Netflix stuff wasn't very good outside of Daredevil.
I think Finn Jones could have been good if they hadn't hired him 2 weeks before they started shooting. He had no fight training and no chance to get in shape, and then gave him a script that was kind of like felt like it was done on the fly. It was like, we just need to make that. There's no compelling reason to do that show other than we need to get this in the pipeline to get to Defenders. Yeah.
I agree with you completely. And I do think the casting on Luke Cage was good for Luke Cage. It was good for, again, the villain they killed off immediately. It's just that the script was poor. They had 4 episodes that they stretched into 8? Like that's why you got all these weird padding blue scenes and just atmosphere scenes that didn't matter. It's like, but anyway, it's weird to me. I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers out there going, for the glory days of the Netflix series. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, maybe for the Daredevil Netflix
series.
No, they mean all. They
I know.
Yeah.
And Misty Knight was hot. I'll die on that hill.
Even the Punisher standalone show wasn't all that good.
No, it was bad.
No,
the first season wasn't bad. Season 2 was terrible. Season 2, I couldn't even.
Season 2, where they went the unmasking Kane route, and we're like, well, what if his scars are really just more psychological?
There's also like
he got his face dragged down a broken carnival mirror multiple times.
I think there's a guy that does like child porn, and Frank lets him live in season 2. So that doesn't. I don't think that adds.
Oh, yeah,
I thought Frank killed him, but maybe I'm thinking.
No, I'm pretty sure Frank lets him go. Like he beats him up a bit and lets him go.
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you, prevert.
Well, it is Hollywood.
Yeah. Calb says, Perch, have you seen Tojima wants to be a common writer?
I have not. And now, I mean, based on some of the, you guys are putting some money on play here. I will go spend more time with Common Writer.
Dude, everyone's pushing on you, dude.
Yeah. No, I look, I've enjoyed what I've read. I'm not as familiar, so I apologize.
Hater Dave, how do bootleg sites get all their comics each week?
Scans.
Yeah. Digital gets distributed. Yeah. Sully.
Nothing. I know nothing.
It's also Sully's got an old flatbed scanner from 1996 hooked into an Apple IIc, and he's ripping those comics.
It's right here. I keep it down low and I scan them individually, and then I post them through my Russian VPN, and then
read free comics online. It's Sully.
And that's where I make my real money is through.
No. Remember, Perch, it's read free comic. They don't even bother to
read free comic.
That's not a great site where you read free comic and it's just the one. You're like, well, I'm done. I guess.
It's a Tini Howard book.
Like, don't do that. LOL. They are all good except for Iron Fist, Perch. LOL. You are out of your mind.
Jessica Jones is like 3 episodes too long, even the first season, and then the other season is garbage.
We're gonna die on the Defenders Hill.
Yeah. Oh god.
And also, and that really should have been. They should have called that fucking series "Heroes for Hire."
Yeah.
I love when we got the classic line from Sigourney Weaver. We're not so different, you and I. And I was just like, oh.
I don't know. Oh, well.
Sean Sutton, good morning. Is anyone watching Daredevil bored again? Season 2.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. It is very loud. But I'm
I got these big ass ears. I'm very sensitive.
It's the hat, Sully. It's bouncing off the hat that's coming in hot.
I know you not tell your girlfriend that you didn't like Jurassic Park.
I needed a T-Rex sized aspirin after that movie, man. I was like, oh man, I was grumpy.
I'm enjoying it, but in fairness, I have 2 problems with a lot of these shows, and it's almost universal. And maybe all the shows that are going on Disney Plus or stuff right now, they do not need to be an hour each. They can be a lot shorter. Like you have in some cases a decent story that is maybe 3 hours long that you're stretching into 8, and because you're trying to fill the season commitment. And I think that kills almost every series that gets done now. It's just you do not need that amount of runtime. So the story you're telling, and so it makes it very slow and dull in areas where even if it's a good series, it's almost like they beg you to. I have a friend who's watching all these and he's liking it, but then he says I watch them on 2x speed. Everything. So I'm like, okay, well, then what? First of all, how does the audio even work in that case? Like everything is in a chipmunk voice. I mean, that'd be hilarious, but it just that's to me is the problem with Daredevil and a lot of these. And season 2 is better than season 1, I think.
If they cut down the runtime, you're going to miss out on all that great Heather Glenn content that you were begging for.
I mean, well, but look at I get it, yeah. But look at Wonder Man. Wonder Man, I think, was 30 minutes each. And it was at least a lot more palatable. Still felt stretched out by a mile in places, but that like shorter runtimes, it's better.
So I haven't watched season 2 of Born Again, but one of my problems with a lot of the Disney Plus shows, and it had it with season 1 of Born Again, is there's no consistency in runtimes. I remember like one episode would be like 40 minutes, and the next would be an hour, and the next would be 42 minutes, and then also you have like 10 minutes of credits, and it would just be constant, like all over the place. and I hated that. And it felt like there was no rhyme or reason for it.
Yeah. It feels like Stranger Things did that to us.
Oh man, that last season of Stranger Things was rough.
Oh,
Well, my daughters are going through it, and they're on season 2, so they're watching it for the first time. And it was funny because it starts off, and they're like, "Who's this girl? This number 8 in Philadelphia? Like, I hope we don't see her again." I'm like,
no.
We all said the same thing when that happened.
that news. But I didn't realize that even in season 2, the run times, like you're saying, are all over the place, and I feel like that set the tone for what everybody else would follow and do. And then
Yeah,
and they
but I
still
mean,
have.
honestly, that's. Go ahead. Never mind.
No. Got Doc, please. I'm talking to you.
I was just going to say that, you know, I don't mind the run times being all over the place. You tell as you make this, the show only needs to be the length that the story is, because alternatively you're just padding shit to hit an hour, or you're cutting important stuff to get down to the right run time. It's the one nice thing about streaming is if you only got 30 minutes of story for this episode, for this chapter, it's like reading a book. Not every chapter is the same length. And some chapters are only 5 pages. Some of them are 40 pages. It depends on what the story needs it to be. And I'm fine with that. I mean, yeah, it feels a little jarring.
I can't wait for you to get a 5-page issue of X-Men followed by a 32-page issue of X-Men. I want you not to bitch about it.
But
I don't read fucking X-Men anymore.
Well, I'm just you get my example. They did that in comics.
No.
Use your fucking mind.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm paying a flat fucking rate for it, regardless of how long it is, and I gotta pay by the issue, I just have to pay by the fucking month for streaming.
If you had talented people behind it, then I could get what Doc's saying. I agree. It works. Like with Andor, I thought it worked because it felt like they did what the episode length that they needed that fit the story. But with stuff like Daredevil and a lot of the other Disney Plus stuff, it feels like they wrote it all as a movie, and then they're like, we'll just cut it into chunks and do it as a show, and it doesn't work. That's what it feels like. So it's like this one's 35 minutes and this one's 50 minutes. Instead of just being like, each episode you have 45 minutes to get what you need to do done. Do it that way. That's the parameters you're operating in, which I think would work better for a lot of these showrunners.
Yeah, I agree. And also, what it kind of is, what are you making? Are you making a season, or are you making a big long movie that you're then cutting up? And they write them like they're making a big long movie that they're cutting up, but then they insert weird filler in there. If you're making a season, it's a different game. Then you actually have to end the episode with a cliffhanger or whatever you're doing to get it carrying over. But like with Netflix, you're dropping a whole season at once. What is the point of having a weird cliffhanger at the 40-minute mark to then have another one an hour and 20 minutes late? Like there's no reason you have to do that. You're just making a big ass long movie with breaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris, episode 4 of Daredevil was good. Bullseye was amazing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they're on episode 4, I think, now.
Yeah,
Is that
this
true?
last episode was good.
So you saw episode 4 with Bullseye?
It's good. It's very good.
Because if it's good, I'll go fucking watch it.
I think it's good, but don't take my. I mean, I hate Arby's, so I don't know. Your
That's
mileage
a
may
weird
vary.
thing, but you don't have any opinions like Sully on Jurassic Park. I mean, it's not that crazy.
Oh my goodness. Jurassic Park. It's Jeff. Like, you know, like I'm a maverick, yo.
Sully's like, I was watching Alien versus Predator Requiem, and it was just too bright.
I was watching the Game of Thrones finale there with Jon Snow in that castle, and it was just too dark.
No, it's fine. It's fine with things like that, Sully, but it's like when you say to Jurassic Park, oh, I just didn't like it. It was too loud. It's like, oh, my steak is too buttery. My lobster is too juicy.
Oh my
maybe that's reversed, but
Yeah, I can't date her. She's too
Although
beautiful.
buttery
I
steak,
respect the hell out of
buttery
that
steak
movie.
is
I
pretty
really
good.
do.
Yeah.
It was
Buttery
just
steak.
wasn't my cup of tea. And you know, and I
garlic
didn't-
butter on a steak.
You went back and watched the exact same movie in Jurassic World and you liked it.
I liked it more, yeah, because I had zero expectations of this. It was because my kid cousin wanted to watch it, and it was just in the background, and I ended up getting sucked into it. And a lot of it had to do with Bryce Dallas Howard's booty.
it's so much dumber, said Sully.
I like dumb.
There's zero ideas here. I love it.
I will give you the fact that Bryce Dallas Howard's booty looks better than Laura Dern's, but
Yeah.
not
point.
by Steven. Not what Steven Spielberg thought. Man, go back and watch Jurassic Park. As many times as he can lock that camera on Laura Dern's butt, he's doing it.
She's like the Uma Thurman. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that, from Spielberg's perspective.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah. Then Callum says that gal lady was actually hired for The Boys. That's what he was talking about, not Daredevil. The Boys season 5, episode 2, I guess is what it is.
Mhm.
So there you go. Daisuke Perch. Why don't people like derivatives yet hang on to old IPs that blatantly disregard what made them? Derivative IPs try to give people what they want.
Well, no, it's that age-old problem of we want something new. We're tired of the same old, but please make sure you keep giving us what we like from the last 30 years. It's a weird intersection, but it's not impossible to solve. If you have a good, talented writer, it turns out with a character with powers and a multiverse and everything else at your disposal and no special effects budget, because you're just writing a page, you can do anything you want. You can actually have a character that remains true to their history and origin and have a new adventure at the same time. You can do both things, but you don't need to have Captain America wondering if he believes in America anymore for the 500th time. You don't need to actually go back to that well. You can actually do something new and exciting with the character. It's wild how that works.
So you're not buying the origin boxes to give us fresh versions of all these heroes?
I mean, well, I don't have any expectations. That Red Hulk takes over Lavernia because
Latveria.
Latvia.
I like
Lavernia because
Lavernia better.
it's
the world's
right next to
largest exporter
Shirley.
of bottles.
Lavernia sounds better to me because it sounds a little bit like Alabama. Like it's more of a hillbilly thing, and I enjoy the idea of Doom running like something in the Appalachians.
Yeah, Lavernia.
Yeah.
Run to the-
Chance we'll take it.
Run to the Duchy of von Squigman.
Yeah.
Doom's gonna make
You have Red
dreams come true.
Red Hulk doing that. You have some heroes that are going to come up. I just look. You got some characters. There's a lot of things you can do with them. Just get a good writer, give them a story. I don't think. I mean, Grunwald had Captain America chasing after the Bloodstone for several issues. That seemed to work. You could do adventure comics. It will be okay. I think there are people in DC doing good comics right now. Like I said, Firestorm was a great comic this week. It's a new take, but a very logical take. It fits very well with the character, and it's completely new. Aquaman's doing good stuff. It's fine.
Well, you saw. I mean, most of the Claremont run was him just doing adventure comics.
Sure, you can do
X-Men
it.
just out on an adventure.
It's not impossible. You don't need to be like, "Wow, we've told every possible story we can tell with Wolverine. There's nothing left, so we're just going to have to get a clone of him now." I mean, what else?
But Perch, if we're doing adventure comics, how can we work in our allegory of the modern world we live in? How can we do that really heavy-handedly if we're just having fun and going on adventures?
I know what you're saying there, but you think, but
Denny O'Neil was able
The
to
problem is they're not interested in doing that. The people that are in charge or the people that are writing these.
But it's not like the 80s comics were subtle in this area. It's
No.
not like,
I mean,
it's not
Reagan
like-
turned into a snake. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, you can still get it done, but
But it was fun.
this the latest that we're bringing back What If for 3 months. Have you seen this?
Yeah, what if Thor got the symbiote Spider-Man suit?
Oh,
Why?
God.
Are these the dumbest ones though? They're like, okay, I'm looking at it
No. Miles is as Thor, and
Was
by
that a what
Odin's
if, though?
fade, that was a
Yes.
what if.
Yeah,
But
Miles,
those were all what if Miles was
Yeah.
this hero. It was like
it was what if
What if
was
Miles stole
Ultimate?
somebody's other identity
Yeah.
besides Spider-Man's?
But listen to these titles. What if Cyclops had stayed with Maddie by Jerry Duggan?
that one's more legit though.
That's more legit, but it's
it
not a
is.
great title.
I mean, fine. What if Thor got Spider-Man's suit by Chorin?
Awful.
Listen, this one. Correct. What if the Ultimate Universe survived the Secret Wars by Alex Packendale, but didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, Aren't we reading
doesn't
that
everybody
right
get
now?
a symbiote? Yeah, doesn't everybody get a symbiote now? Like, oh, Thor's good. Like, I'm sure Thor is 3 months away from getting one in the regular continuity.
But the Ultimate Universe did survive the Secret Wars. We're literally reading those comics now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what if the radioactive spider bit Jessica Jones?
Oh, God.
Okay. Here's the one that irks me the most. All right. What if Kraven survived his last hunt?
Which he
And
did.
it wouldn't be his last hunt. And
He
he
did.
did.
He did. He's
We've
been
had
tried.
20 other hunts. since.
No. Craven didn't survive. He killed himself and they cloned him, right?
Right. They brought him back, and the son was there, and then the son got his memory. Like they've. I mean, DeMatteis
But
is
it
writing
does
it,
kind
so
of
fine, but-
thwart the purpose of the entire story.
Yeah, and I know it's not the same Ultimate Universe, but still, this is stupid. What if the Runaways hadn't run away?
And they'd be the stay-at-homes.
What? That's not the core part of that story. What if Cassandra Nova killed Charles Xavier?
She did.
And then, the only one that I think I'm kind of excited about, it's Mark Guggenheim and Ron Lim. It's what if Captain America was unfrozen in 2099, and done well, that could be a pretty awesome story. But
That's a good hook. That's the only good hook out of any of those.
I'm just.
It's the only one that portends action and fun.
What if Kraven
if-
survived the last hunt? What the fuck are you talking about?
What if Maddie or Cyclops stayed with Maddie? Then he's not a deadbeat, and she doesn't become the Goblin Queen. That's it.
Well, does Cable become Cable?
No, he becomes X-Man.
Yeah. So,
I
I mean,
Well,
would
no,
just-
actually he does, because Apocalypse still infects him with the techno-organic virus. So he
No,
still has to
it-
go to the future.
It doesn't. You have a 24-page comic, and I would love for Marvel to troll people by just what if Cyclops stayed with Maddie in the entire issue. There is zero action. It's them hanging out in Alaska, going to Starbucks. They come back. Cyclops chops some wood. They, buy something at IKEA, put it together. The comic ends. That's it.
go to a hockey game.
They raise Nathan.
Yeah.
He never becomes Cable.
I've got a good idea for a what if. What if Tom Brevoort was fired 20 years ago?
Ooh.
Well, you wouldn't have had the rise of Avengers rivaling X-Men in popularity. That was
okay
all
with
under
that.
Brevoort.
No,
Okay,
because
Oh, interesting.
All under Brevoort.
yes, it was under Brevoort, but it was Joe Quesada's idea to give it to Bendis.
Oh, but I mean, this is
He
kind of
just
like
did. Brevoort just didn't fuck it up.
Well, I'm got to give him credit. He's the guy that was in charge of it.
that's interesting. It's kind of like Bendis's Age of Ultron. You take out Hank Pym in the past, and all of the little ways that Hank Pym helped save the Marvel Universe all falls away out of your timeline, and you end
I'm
up.
just saying that there was a time when Tom Brevoort had a successful line of comic books, and
That's
it was
it,
within
yeah.
the last 20 years.
What if Dan Slott hadn't insulted the fans?
Well, look, what if he had just eaten himself to death? But I think it's funny. I'm not a fan of Tom Brevoort. He is way past his expiration date. If you're now, here you go. Of the three main editors who manage these lines, you've got Brevoort, Nick Lowe, and Jordan White. Pick your fighter, friends.
I thought the other one was Will Moss now.
Well, but back in that era, if you're looking at the last 20 years, one guy over Spider-Man, one guy over X-Men, one guy over the Avengers, who made out best?
Well, you did have.
Are we
Ralph
gonna play?
Macchio
Are we gonna
in
play
there
a
for
game
while.
of F, Marry, Kill? Is that what you're setting up here, Perch?
I'm just playing kill.
Yeah, I just Brevoort needs to retire and go away, but he
He had his moment in the sun, is my point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Still
I don't know,
only-
standing on the shoulders of that. Never mind.
Still only 35 cents. Good writing solves all. Sadly, we have bad writers creating this trash.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I say it a lot, but a lot of the ideas come from editorial, and the writers get stuck with it. But also, and also, there's nobody being taught by anyone experienced in editorial how to write comics, which used to be the case. And again, what is the incentive to create something really cool and interesting for Marvel, so that you can get screwed out of any ownership, and you can die penniless with no medical benefits. There's no advantage to that. Save your best ideas for yourself if you're actually talented.
I think the dissolution of the bullpen was probably a bad idea. I think having everybody centrally located and talking to each other and in communications likely led to a better standard of excellence. It's hard when everybody's scattered around the world now.
I don't want to insult Aaron or Perch with what I'm going to say next, because they're writing.
Is this worse than your Jurassic Park?
No. It's going to be worse.
He's going to insult us, Perch. That's what that means.
Oh no!
No.
I mean this with all respect.
With all due respect, Mr. Dennert, and I mean that with all due respect, because you have written and you're producing your own books. So what I got a gift yesterday from my girlfriend. She made me an AI comic book. Now this is 20 pages of art and story. She filled in a bunch of prompts and put in input like images of me. So there's a chef character named Eric, and he looks just like me, and he's fighting zombie goalies, and he's on some culinary mission kind of thing. But it's a concise 20-page, 3-act story with really decent panel progression, splash pages. This is a pretty tight comic book, and I enjoyed it story-wise more than most of the Marvel comics I've been reading over the past 3 years. As a standalone comic book, it's got me in it, and that's cute and that's great and everything. But that's
why you like it. It's a self-insert.
That's one part, but but story-wise, as the way the story progresses, it's very simple. It's not reinventing the wheel, and it's basically the AI just taking an average of all of these comic book stories and spitting something out. And this is what we get. And it's like, wow, the future of AI writing these fictions, you can get a more competent, enjoyable story out of an AI than you can out of your Marvel current bullpen, whatever, if they even still call it that. But I just think it's like, is that the future? Should writers be scared? Because an AI just gave me a really decent 20-page comic book, a floppy.
Yeah, but it cost me $40.
Yeah, it's a boutique gift. It's such a really nice little thing, and it's it's Chef Sully, saving the day, and it's cute, and it's fun, and it's a floppy, and it's got decent paper stock, and but I'm saying that because you two are writing your own book and publishing your own book, you're doing this, but I don't think AI could replace either one of you. Yet I think AI could replace most of the Marvel bullpen.
Well, if you're a writer working for a corporate entity, you need to be worried. If you're an artist working for them, you need to be worried, because AI, they will eventually turn to it to replace you if it gets good enough to do it. They'll do it in a heartbeat. Where you don't have to worry is if you produce your own things and you have your own audience, because AI can't replace you on your own project. The thing with AI writing is, I've played around with some of the, like your chat GPTs and things like that, just to see what is the level of competition that this thing is going to give me. And as of yet, it can't write jokes. It can't be clever. It only just kind of spits out, kind of like a predictable, what is predictable. And, that will be satisfying to a certain number of people, but I think there'll still always be room for people, doing things independently and creating new things that AI won't be able to touch. So, don't insult the audience is my, my takeaway from that, because you're going to need them.
Rated X7. The problem with derivatives is that they make the original characters less unique and special within the shared universe that they existed.
100%. You make them look. If your argument is, well, we've done everything we can with Batman, why do you need another Batman then? Just make somebody cooler. That's not Batman. A whole new fucking character. They want to ride the coattails of something else. They don't want to do the fucking legwork of making something good. And therefore they want to ride the coattails, but also have a built-in excuse for when it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is just it's as simple as it sounds. It just comes down to good writing. You can do storylines like you did with Jon Stewart or with Rhodey with Iron Man that were good, logical progressions of where the story was going. Tony wasn't in a capability to fly this giant suit around. You can then have somebody new in the suit, or, you can do that and it works. But what it rests on is really strong writing and logic for how you got there. And today there's no patience for that. The buildup for Rhodey being in the suit was like, it was a long buildup. They didn't do it, shocking development in 1 month. They built it up over a year. You see the Wally West, how that character came into the picture. They built that up. There was patience to land the story, and there were good writers telling the story, and those two make it work. And then you can have derivatives, and it works, but it has to serve the story. If you're trying to just hotshot something, in 30 days, it doesn't work at all. I mean, but it's not that complicated. Good, talented people can make stories work. Period.
Galb says, "Don't worry, Does it worry you that people are becoming more illiterate, but also they're reading with their feelings and not their heads?"
The fact that Wes messed up reading that when he's talking about people being illiterate, that was great. Perfect.
That was well
Shit
timed.
happens, man.
I'm telling you, there's a highlight reel of Dylan in this.
Yeah. Dylan is on fire today. He's just throwing out barbs. I love it.
Yeah.
Beat a dick to everybody. Whatever.
He's delivering stone cold stunners.
Gamer, I could just make fun of all the old people. Okay.
Okay. And I didn't see the Super Mario movie. I'm a gamer and I'm a movie guy. Oh, I get you.
Exactly. You fucking poser down there, just dissing people.
Here at Grace Randolph's review, that's like, wait a minute, Bowser represents the toxic manosphere. I'm not seeing that.
Did she really say that?
Yes.
I mean,
oh my God!
I watched the movie, and that doesn't make sense.
Dylan's sitting here with his youth and life ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I'm not fucking 28 years old where I can just read everything perfectly anymore. I've got eye issues, got a little cataracts going on. My hemorrhoids are killing me. My kids are upstairs waiting for me to go dunk them in. Life isn't easy when you're this old, dude.
Dylan walking around on his knees that don't make noise.
Fucking whippersnapper down there.
Oh man, look, it should worry everybody that the world's getting stupider. But I mean, that's hardly a comics problem.
Yeah.
But you know what? For anyone
it's a fantastic movie.
I mean, it's Dylan's fault. It's his generation. I mean, you just we're trying to figure out do tests and do surveys with millennials and others about what's going on with how they're interpreting things, but they don't bother to show up for the survey.
It does give me humor, though. I get entertained by how retarded the rest of the world is becoming.
Well, that's because, Doc, you just want to watch the world burn. You're that guy at this point.
I am.
These are going to be the people wiping your ass when you're in an invalid in the hospital. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, no. See,
it's going to go.
That's when you rent the gun, buy a bullet.
Yeah, Elon Musk is making me a robot for that perch.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be programmed by Wes's son, so the robot is just going to be wiping.
Eric.
It'll be wiping its ass on you in Soviet Russia.
All right, Eric. Cal wants to know: is your girlfriend loud when she talks? I did that one perfectly. Thank you very much.
Because it didn't have the word illiterate for you to stumble over.
Pre-read it in his mind like 10 times. Like, got it.
Lock the F in, Wes. Lock in.
Oh my. Well, Sully, is she?
Sully,
She's got a very nice voice and with no vocal fry. And
she's from Boston, right?
Yeah, she's got the sweetest.
That means
Boston
she's loud
accent.
when she talks.
Oh no, she's got the sweetest Boston accent there.
Yeah, I went to Boston one time. I was like, man, these people won't shut up. Never really loud. Worst restaurant experience of my life.
I had that last night. There were 3 chuckleheads like down at the other end of the bar, and he wouldn't shut up. He was like, "Wah!" And
then your little lady's like, "Listen, fuckwads, if you don't calm the fuck down, my man here."
It would have been 3-on-1. I'm not Batman.
So he's like, "I'm gonna take you outside in front of the Dunkin'.
There are 7 known defenses out of this position. 3 of them disarmed without minimum contact. 3 of them are hurt."
Have we talked about the topic at all? I'm just curious.
Did we?
We did.
Barely.
Somebody asked a question
I
about it,
think
but we did have this big
Doc
book.
touched on it.
Sirens Love Hurts that nobody read. So I guess it's not really.
I
a big
read
book.
it.
Well, Dylan read it.
It's a
I'm
cover.
sorry, I solely read
Hey,
it.
Tini Howard put gay fanfic in a comic.
Yes.
Fucking surprised.
Tini Howard put gay fanfic, had Harley shipping Batman and Superman, which in itself is kind of stupid, but whatever. But people are treating this as like a real thing there, Dylan. Can you believe it? Now they're saying that Batman and Superman are canonically boyfriends because of this stupid doodle in a fucking book.
I didn't even know this was a thing until I got your DM about what we were talking about, and then I looked and was like, oh. And then it's also a Black Label book, so it's not even like the fanfic they're writing isn't even in canon. So it doesn't matter. This book is the art's good. The art in the book is good.
That's really good. Yeah.
But the it's just stupid. It's just really stupid.
Mhm.
Who cares? This is a thing where I know Aaron was talking about this on Twitter, where you had everyone getting very mad about how Harley actually is as a character when people were getting mad about how she's a bimbo that slept her way through college. People are like, what? That's not the girl boss I know. It's like, well, you don't know who Harley Quinn is or how she was originally intended by her creators. But now this stuff is fine. It's just really stupid, and who cares?
They're like, it makes Harley look like a stupid prostitute. I'm like, Harley is literally a
She
stupid
is a
prostitute.
stupid prostitute. She was a gangster's mole. She had no problems with how Joker made his income. You know what I mean? Or contributing to his mayhem.
I mean, she also took a job in government after graduation. That's for the retards.
But also, like, seeing Harley and Ivy do all this like whimsical, like, oh, they're just so silly stuff, knowing how evil they once were, is kind of crazy. I don't get that.
Grew up children, like a lot of children. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Recently,
They have both murdered a lot of people,
A lot of people.
but they're just treated like, oh, but now they're just fun lesbians. Like,
Yeah,
that-
well,
Exactly.
as first of all, fun lesbians. That can only exist in fiction. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
I know,
come on,
I know at
we haven't
least one couple of fun lesbians.
Mhm.
we haven't seen them engage in any of the 400 counts of domestic abuse that happen in the lesbian community on a daily basis.
Nobody like the comic is a throwaway stupid comic. The stupider thing are the people who are running with it. They know damn well that this isn't some canonical new like in the next issue of Superman and Batman are going to be a couple. Like, sorry, Lois, like that. No, nobody in their right mind knows. And maybe the big difference is we have to stop treating mentally ill people like they have anything relevant to say. It's not. When you have somebody who is mentally ill, you would take them to an asylum. You didn't stand there and like listen carefully to their points, debate them, and then take them seriously. They don't matter. This is a dumb thing. It's nobody serious believes this was a canonical. They're now Batman and Superman are dating. It's just dumb.
No, it's weirdos trying to make fetch happen. They think if they say it enough and they make it loud enough, it'll create this groundswell, and then DC will surely have to do it. It's like Mag's putting out her pitch for Skyrocket. It's like this will force DC's hand. It doesn't.
No, and the comic companies, as much as I have plenty of issues with tons of things that they do. Comic companies don't usually bend to this kind of thing. It comes the other direction. They hire a writer who then inserts this that people run with. But it's like a lot of the shipping and the fan fiction weirdos, it doesn't actually move the needle at the publishers as much as people think. It just doesn't. It's just a bunch of lunatics on Reddit.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go.
Because that's, I mean, look, at this point, they're almost as bad as like CNN and fucking Mary Sue. Just it's clickbait sales. They have no intention of actually following through with it. But at the same time, they're weirdo lunatic writers and Bluesky fans get to now claim it's canon, and then nobody ever it's like Well, that's why you were able to do it. The female Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. Well, it's canon. Yeah, because it happened in one panel of one fucking throwaway Elseworld story.
Yeah, but nobody's going to come back to this. Like, I mean, I'm seriously, you're not going to see DC suddenly make this a thing. The Silver Surfer, lots of reasons behind that. We've talked about to death. It was also an alternate world, whatever. I mean, it's just, none of this is going to mean anything. None of it means anything.
I'm just worried that Harley's going to have some of her magic left over from the multiversity stuff, and everything she draws is going to make a multiverse Earth, and then they're going to have gay Superman and gay Batman on a multiverse planet of
Earth Q.
That already exists, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't believe this one moment's going to come back ever. I don't. It was a weird scene. I'm looking at it right now. It didn't mean anything,
right?
And I don't think that, like, when Tini Howard wrote it, that she was like, I'm gonna make this canon. Like, I think she was like, here's a dumb joke, something that I think Harley would do, and like with the shipping culture and blah blah blah, so it's just a dumb throwaway joke, and people laugh. But that's the problem, is that you have so many mentally ill people that latch on to these things.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Man, I feel like the conversation's over. I missed it.
You did, because it's not a topic that, like, is worth more than a few minutes.
Fine.
We already solved it.
We all agreed they're gay now. So
it's all gay and stupid.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a question. At this point, the Black Label line has lost all its meaning. I thought it was supposed to be a modern day Vertigo. What's the point of the line anymore?
Well, when they got really scared after showing Batman's dick, you knew it was all over, because they're like, this is the do anything line, this is it. And they showed Batman's dick and it sold really well. And they're like, on repents, we're gonna black that part out. We can't do it. We're actually not committing to what we said. As silly as that was. And then just Black Label's falling apart. It doesn't mean anything. I don't even know what the point of it is anymore. And they brought Vertigo back.
Is there anything still being published under Black Label?
Oh, yeah.
This book.
The Sirens book.
Is Black Label.
Yeah, the Sirens book. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Also, the Gotham Academy is in there. That's a kid's book. I thought Black Label was supposed to be cursing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought by nature Black Label was supposed to be for mature readers.
Mature.
Black Label's kind of become Elseworlds a little bit,
But they have Elseworlds coming back.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
What happened to Batman and the Barbarian? That was the book I was looking forward to, Perch. Greg Smallwood?
I look, as you referenced, though, the Bat Dick, I mean, that's what ultimately led to Harley having this fantasy. So it is all connected.
My goodness. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Quickly, Robin, to the bathroom.
Yeah, I think Black Label is just the leftovers.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's DC characters, so it can't be Vertigo, because Vertigo has to be all new stuff. It's not in continuity. It's not Absolute Universe. And if it's not Elseworlds, because we're going to do an Elseworlds, it's Black Label.
Sure.
It took me seven pages to figure out that was Selena Kyle in this issue 3 of Sirens. As I'm walking into this thing cold. So I'm just like picking it up, looking at, okay, yeah. And and then by page 14, Bruce refers to her by name. I'm like, oh, so that is Selena. I thought it was Vixen. I thought that was Mary. I was like, who's this? You know what I mean? And like, oh, well, there you go.
Did you like the book?
The art was good. The Babs Tarr art was really good. I did feel, though, it wasn't the worst Tini Howard book I've ever read as a standalone kind of single issue. I felt that she actually nails Harley's voice. And I could kind of hear Arlene Sorkin in the word balloons a bit. And so that's a positive to look at it. So I got 2 positives.
Hey, so Tini can write a stupid whore. Awesome.
And but it's basically all girl stuff.
Right, what I guess.
One thing I appreciated, though, there were no wingdings. It was just Selena's got a potty mouth. And being Black Label, you can say the F-bomb. So there were no wingdings. I found that a little refreshing, because I'm so sick of those friggin' wingdings all over these comic books. It's like, I don't think superheroes are that potty mouthed.
Are they wingdings, or is it just ampersand ? Like the typical
none of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, but
I don't think those are wingdings, Sully.
Oh, I thought the wingdings were just like the whole thing. The substitute.
The wingdings that got Black Label in trouble for Bruce's dick.
There we go.
Yeah.
The wing ding instead of the
So we don't
battle
consider when they use just symbols instead of words to denote that there's going to be cursing in that
line. No,
spot to
that's
be
not
wingdings.
wingdings.
Okay.
It's
No,
not-
Wingdings is a specific font.
Yeah.
It's a typeface that you got
Well,
on the old
Coke
Mac.
is a specific brand of cola, but people still refer to soda as Coke.
Okay.
Okay,
but they're
are
wrong.
Comic
Same
Sans
with
Wingdings?
Kleenex.
Yeah, like is Comic Sans Wingdings is
No, but
Oriole
wingdings
Wingdings?
were direct one-to-one substitutions for letters with different symbols.
Correct. With it's hieroglyphics.
well, that's what I'm asking. Are they
Hmm.
using the hieroglyphics in the comic books, or are they using ampersand, question mark,
The
exclamation
ampersand
point?
question
No,
mark.
Okay,
usual
then that's not
combination.
Wingdings. That's just
Dylan, you've got to have an insult in mind
Yeah.
right now.
Of all the dumb conversations we've ever had, this
Jeez.
one's up there.
sorry,
Come
man.
on,
I work in editorial. These things are important.
This is your moment,
It's
Dylan.
a typeface, not a font. Come
Hold
on.
back on this one.
Oh man, what's the last thing? Did you see the? Did everybody see the new Absolute Robins? They're in mech suits. It's finally been confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
Well, you got a 7 foot, 450-pound Batman that can't stand up to the
Exactly.
villains.
Look,
What's Dick Grayson
the-
supposed to do? He needs a mech suit.
the absolutely and this is fine for Absolute Universe. I don't care how big and dumb you make it. Big dumb Batman needs a big dumb Robin.
Well, I
I
think
don't-
Big Dumb
I don't
Robin
know
should be
why-
hunting.
I started to like
I don't
write a
know, I
song in my
disagree.
head. You know, big dumb Batman. He's big dumb.
Oh, where's Jim when we need him?
No, I mean, but it does lend some at least credibility to the theory that Absolute Batman really is taking its nods from manga at this point.
Mhm.
Well, and what is this, like the fourth time they've tried to do mech suit DC heroes?
Yeah,
I mean,
he gave us Bunny Batman.
yeah.
Love Bunny.
He's
Batman.
been met
Mech
to
Bunny
Batman. Yeah.
Dare make fun of Jim
Bring
Gordon.
that back.
10 years Batman. I liked it.
Where he suddenly got 30 years younger.
He stopped
and
smoking
jacked
cigarettes.
like
He got back into to shape. And he's pushing 50, and he's still a vibrant hero. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
He's
was
still-
like the
I
same
really
thing as
dug that.
whenever they made the what's his name? Fucking J.K. Simmons got jacked.
But can he beat Black Canary?
I just
know.
know that when they did
In the
Bunny,
suit,
because-
yes.
when they did Bunny
Because
Suit
the power of
Batman,
vagina wins.
when they did Bunny Suit Batman, that's where I completely dropped out of Snyder's run and never went back.
This is what I've been told about Absolute Batman 19. I think it comes out on Wednesday. That it's the best comic book of the year.
And Scott Snyder
Is
told me.
Eric Kennedy still drawing?
No,
it?
This is the,
Snyder isn't talking
No,
to me.
Kennedy's over.
He does not like
This is
me.
the Scarecrow issue. Yeah.
Yes, it's this
Sorry.
guy.
for
but
it.
no, but he doesn't have to like you. He just, but he would still call you and tell you what you need to think about the comic book.
No, I don't think Scott thinks of me like that. So no, it was not Scott. It was an actual fan that
He
had an
doesn't.
early copy, and he said it's absolutely amazing. Have you read it, Net Perch?
I haven't read the new issue yet. No.
Oh, well, supposedly it's Amazeballs,
Sure.
and it's going to be
What
like
what else
the,
is this? What else is this fan recommended?
He likes the Absolute Batman stuff a lot. Like he
Okay.
likes Batman in general.
I'm
There's been a
just-
couple of misses in
So
there.
it's
all
Josh.
right.
It's not Josh. Josh
Josh hates Scott Snyder.
Yeah. Scott Snyder doesn't like Josh, I don't think.
Aw.
I don't think
Well,
that
he
Josh
wrote
hates
a critical book of his stuff. Scott
or a
doesn't.
critical review.
Yeah, he doesn't handle that stuff well,
No, he doesn't.
unfortunately.
I've even got an email from Scott.
You got an email from Scott?
Yeah, he asked me to stop being such a shit. And that is a quote. I wish I saved it because I'm a Buddhist kind of a frame of mind. I don't. hold
Does
on to
anyone
attachments.
disagree with Scott Snyder here?
You cut
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
that's fair.
In fairness,
But it wasn't. Here's the funny thing. It wasn't about Absolute Batman or any of Scott's work. He just heard Sully's opinion on Jurassic Park. Like, stop being such a shit.
If you could
You
pull
know,
your
good
head
on
out of
you.
your ass,
No, I
Good
give
on
it
you,
up to him.
appreciate that.
I will say I never lost respect for him though because he never blocked me on Twitter. It was from a Twitter exchange, and my email link used to be part of my description, and he emailed me through Gmail, and he was like, "Hey, you know, can you stop being such a shit? I mean, I understand you're disappointed with the spoiler I just dropped on you. You know what I mean? But like, he's like, well, Cully's gonna knock this out of the park. It was about the signal way back in the Forge days, like, you know, and because he spoiled his own book, like, just like, oh geez, like, he had this freaking mystery going for like 3 years. Who, like, you know, who's Duke Thomas going to be? And you revealed his code name in a solicit. I mean, what a fucking jip. And I'm like, I was fucking like, you know, a little bit like mouthy about it. And he reached out to me, but he also kind of threatened to sick a digital mob on me. And he was like, hey,
in fairness,
you know,
I'd have told him to suck a dick. So,
you know,
you've done better than me.
I'd like to see someone send Doc a message saying, like, you need to come correct and see how that goes for them.
You know, but that happened, and like, you know, I just, you know, don't, you know, I deleted it years ago just because I don't hold on to attachments like that.
The only way that I respond,
you don't hold on to
like
attachments. Look behind you.
You know, these are all temporary, like everything. Namaste.
Yeah.
In fairness, somebody sends me a message like that, and it would be the only way I'd even bother to respond is if they promise to record, like visually, like video record and post their reaction, because I want to just see people cry.
Wow, I wouldn't make anyone cry. It's not that serious.
Well, as a lifelong Robin fan, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with this, because I like the Power Rangers kind of mentality to it. Like, there's, you know, you should see that.
Should have read that. What's that future Batman book, Dylan?
Oh yeah, the one that Comics co-writes. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, that
Super
one's
Force Batman or
Power
something?
Rangers. It's not Super Force Batman, but something akin to that. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that one's definitely very Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can kind of
It
tell.
was Immortal Legend Batman. That's the book that you needed to read, Sully. It's literally Batman with Power Rangers.
Ooh, that sounds.
But I think it's over, right?
Yeah, that was a mini, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could see in the image, like, there's a blue one with a medic thing, so that's obviously got to be Dick Grayson, you know. And there's a purple and black one that looks like a girl, so that's probably going to be Stephanie, or, you know, maybe, you know, it's not going to be Barbara, because Barbara's her own character, and she got that cowl, so she's probably going to end up being Batgirl, you know. So
it's probably going to be Harley Quinn, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hope it's Stephanie Brown. You know what I mean? Because she's got those spoiler colors. And then there's a green one, and who's that going to be? Is that going to be Tim Drake? You know, and just like, and they're going to combine to make that giant kind of suit. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I mean, it's an interesting design.
Glitchioki says, how to fix Comics 101. Writers and artists need to reach a certain level of units sold threshold. If they continue to fail, you fire them. Easy way to get rid of Tom King and Tini Howard. Actually, Tom King still sells well. Certainly,
yeah, it wouldn't work for him. Yeah.
Although it looks like his Wonder Woman sales have gone down, but that's based on bad information.
Yeah, no, he's a reliable seller. But they, you know, they market him. So I mean, there's a lesson there of, like, if you took the amount of money and promotion they give to a Tom King and you gave it to, I don't know, just some
anybody,
yeah, you'd get similar results. There is a problem with how they market and promote these books.
Yeah, but you would definitely get rid of a Tini Howard.
Yeah.
Sales never really been there. So it sounds like Perch is going to have to bounce out of here soon. So let's do some comic book recommendations. Perch, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you had some fun. And I know you really enjoyed Dylan just dissing the shit out of everybody.
That was fun. Yeah, I got to see a different side of Dylan. That was awesome.
Yeah, back in the day, he was much more polite. Now he's kind of a dick.
No, he's become more cynical just with the grind.
That's because he got jacked, and now he can beat the shit out of everybody.
No, he's got his camera on. We can't say that.
Dylan's got the guns, man.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Perch. What are you recommending this week, buddy?
Well, I mentioned Firestorm before. That is truly again, my favorite book of the relaunch. I think it's been quite good. I'm enjoying Aquaman, even though I have concerns about where that's going to land. I think that this is an interesting status quo to do. Much better than the digital Aquaman meets Jeff the Shark that's out that you may not have known existed, but it's there. Also more.
That's all he knows that exists.
I do now.
Yeah, that does exist. You've also got Blade meets Supergirl, which is one of the more and they fight Mojo, which is one of the more puzzling why that whole thing was done there. But okay. I mean, I'm hanging with Nice House by the Sea, but I just at some point I would like that series to end. I don't know where we're going. Like it's Tinian's fine, but Jesus Christ. So over in Marvel land, I'm just looking down the list of what was here. I like Psylocke Ninja, but this is probably the weakest of the group, I think, for me, of the run so far. Felt like Electro's kind of shoehorned in there. The Spider-Man crossover, I mean, sure. Again, I don't really get it just something about it it's not catch me. Yes, they killed Paul, but it's hard to really get on that. And while we were on this channel here, per your recommendation, I read that Silent Missions Crimson Guard, and it was excellent. So
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good comic. I like that a lot. It was a quiet week for Image. I'm used to at least having one Ghost Machine book on there, and I'm still a huge fan of that line. And then I like Murder Drones. I know that maybe this is because my older daughter loves it as well, but I'm enjoying that comic from Oni, and it's a fun little thing. I think Something Is Killing the Children probably needs to come to an end at some point, maybe now.
I'm with you, dude.
That was a fun series, but I don't know why the fuck that's still going on. So
Dude,
anyway, lots of
are you
stuff.
reading Hyde Street?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Has that now become the best Ghost Machine book?
It's one of the best books. Hyde Street is a great book. I think it is the best of what Ghost Machine's putting out. I still think, I know Ghost Machine's kind of the internet darling. I still think, for a lot of us who have a voice, we've got to promote that line more, because the marketing and buzz in shops is as close to stone cold zero as it gets. But a lot of good talent, a lot of good books.
It's the reader's imprint. They don't do a bunch of covers. They don't, go do blind bags. They just put out really good comic books.
Yeah.
And it
and
doesn't seem to be working.
Well, it's working for them in an area that I think a lot of people don't normally cover, in that the collections, they're getting into more places and they're getting pre-buys with it. So from a business standpoint, it's why that business is healthy. And they're, they've got this flow of money that's kind of invisible to people, but works for them. A lot of independents should take notice. I mean, Dynamite should absolutely learn from what they're doing over there, because there's a better flow of money that happens. But really great books. Hyde Street is amazing. But the delays, as somebody's saying in the chat right now, the shipping delays are going to be an issue. And that will destroy the little momentum they're getting.
And then you had the live stream yesterday with Joe. So if you haven't had enough of Perch yet, you didn't get to check out the stream, definitely go check that out.
I think everybody's had enough of Perch, but yeah, it is there. And there's some funny moments. We get Joe we go through the classic bits. We go through the try and guess what the name of this manga is, and that was fun. And some surprises there, and Joe shows off some art, and it's pretty good stuff. I think we'll come back in 2 weeks. I'll try and do this every couple weeks, and next time I'll show some pages.
Very nice. So what's the status on the comic book?
I finished the coloring, and now we're on to the lettering.
And you're doing everything yourself?
I'm doing everything myself.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, although I will have, I'm not going to have variant covers, but I'll have a little cover gallery from some of my friends I've made in the industry through the years who wanted to do something for it. So some decently big names.
Perch, I would like to do something for you. If you want, I will doodle up something for you for a cover.
There you go. We can put it in there. Why not?
Huh?
Why not? I'm at the place where as soon as the first rough the lettering goes in, I'll start sending it out to people to read. But
who wouldn't want to cover with stick figures?
It's big though. This isn't a comic. It's 160 pages. It's a lot of comic.
Graphic novel.
Yeah, it's a book. Yeah.
Are you going to be releasing it in compact size?
No, it will be standard trade paperback size.
Okay. Well,
which is,
cool.
I think, a bad idea, but whatever.
I think it's a terrible idea. What do you think?
Probably.
Do you have a Spanish language edition?
I have a Japanese language edition.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. And
another reason I should have a Tankabon.
Yeah, I know. I agree. There's a reason, but that's a long story.
Well, very nice. I'm so happy that you're coming to the end of this. We've been talking about this book for a long time, dude.
It's been a long time, and I want to do 9 of these. So that you know,
You want to do 9 of them?
yes, I will.
love
I
it.
will not survive to the end of this thing, but it's fine.
You got to get it all down on paper and then have somebody ready to like.
Nobody
pick up
else is
the
going to
torch.
ever pick this up, but it's a nice idea.
I mean, I would do it for you, Perch, but let's be
There
honest,
you
I'll be dead long before you.
There you go. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah. But no, I appreciate being on the show. Great seeing all of you, and always good stuff. So thanks to everybody in the chat.
Definitely send our best wishes to the family, and it sounds like you're gonna have a fun drive.
Yeah, yeah. All right, take it easy, everybody.
Later, bro.
Later, Perch.
All right, Sully.
Yes.
The Prince of
Hello.
Positivity is back. What are you recommending this week,
Hello.
dude?
I got 7 floppies this week, 6 of them from my local comic book shop, and one of them was this special present given to me by my girlfriend who put me into a comic book. This was so much fun. Maybe just go check it out. You can do a web search. She found an ad on her Instagram. Click the link, and $50 later, she gave me a comic book. And but it's a unique one. There's nothing else in the world like this. And I'm really, really just charmed and happy with that, especially as a lifelong comic book fan, this thing of ours. I got Emperor Aquaman, number 16, pretty darn good issue. Fury of Firestorm, number 1. This was good. This is a good first issue, strong start. I'm interested, and it's on my poll list. I kept Flash Gordon on my poll list. This is Flash Gordon, issue number 0. And it's by Dan Abnett. And I'm going to stick with Flash Gordon and Mad Cave because I don't have any Mad Cave books besides this, and I'd like to support, one of these publishers. And
What did you think of the book?
I thought it was okay. I thought it
Okay.
was kind of going for that Starfleet Academy kind of vibe thing. But I
That's not
liked
a
it.
good
So canceled.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but I did like the design of everything in the book, like the helmets and the spacesuits and the rockets and stuff. I found that very charming. So I like the art a lot too. And so it's a competent story with really good art.
So if it's going for the Starfleet Academy vibe, it's going for higher ratings when it goes through a paper shredder than whenever it's actually put on television.
Well, it's
Or
like
in the
Professor
comic
Flash.
store?
It's like Professor Flash is teaching the next generation how to be a space hero. And
Does he validate everybody?
maybe in the upcoming issues. This is an issue 0, so it's pretty tough. It's like it catches you up real quick and gives you the new status quo. And I'll keep it on for a little while longer. I was in for Jeremy Adams specifically, but it's earned my dollar and it's earned my patronage. And there's also a really cool backup comic that looks like a Sunday funny, and that's worth the price of admission too. We've got Transformers 31. Interesting art by Ludo Lulabali, who comes back. He did that, like the Megatron torture scenes with the Quintessons, and it returns to that really interesting style because we are losing all the harsh, vertical lines. We get like really wide eye kind of Megatron, like just like round eyes on Megatron, and it's really interesting. It's very cartoony, and it's really cool. I've also got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, 327. It's girl boss heavy, but it's there for a reason. It's an infiltration team of all the mightiest female G.I. Joes. And it's pretty good. And the Andy Cranky art is pretty solid. My pick of the week, though, is G.I. Joe Silent Mission Crimson Guard. This was fun. And it's all show, don't tell. Great art. And good pacing, good storytelling, great ending. It lands. You'll be satisfied. It makes up for last week's Baroness issue, in my humble opinion. And I think all 5 of these are going to collect quite nicely into a trade paperback. Thank you very much, Wes, and everyone on the panel, and everyone in the chat. Namaste.
Ross Wilson says that you're being too loud, Sully.
Ah!
Pipe down.
Kids,
Did not enjoy.
pipe down, you.
Oh man, I forgot to do the full picture thing there. Sparrow, you got any recommendations?
I mean,
all
obviously,
this
I'm
up.
recommending the 2 GI Joes this week. I think that when you have the female characters in GI Joe, I don't think that they're girl bossing, because I think that they're all treated like actual characters and have earned their badassery. So I'm recommending
what I
those,
was
but
gonna
I'm also
say.
I'm going to recommend. So from our listener Edward Hawa. He's the one who sent me some Joes, sent Wes some Joes for the kids. I got a package from him this week. He sent me the Vamp. So let's see, like it clips out. But so I'm
that's
definitely,
dope.
definitely recommending the Vamp. This is absolutely beautiful. And then I also, he's parting with his GI Joe collection and has been extremely generous to both Wes and I. And he also, he sent the mobile missile system and the Cobra Stinger. So the Stingers have been showing up like at Ross for like $30. So if you can get one of these for $30, I definitely recommend it, because this is an amazing vehicle. And those are my recommendations for this week. As far as indie comics, if you guys want to go check it out, Groken #4 is or Grokken, whichever way it's pronounced, is on pre-sale right now with beautiful, beautiful art by Kenneth Rocafort, who did the Doomface cover behind me. And we're actually going to be launching Unholy Nightmares #3 soon. And this, let me tell you, the stuff that Aurelio has done in this 3rd issue with the art is absolutely phenomenal. So you're definitely going to want to check it out. And I will put the link to check it out in the chat.
Very nice. All right, Dylan, you got anything to recommend?
Emperor Aquaman #16 is really good. Fury of Firestorm #1, really like that. That was great. Both A Real American Heroes Asylum issue was really good, and TMNT #17 was really good. I've been enjoying this. I started last issue, and now this one's pretty good. I like what's going on.
Time to get into TMNT, dude.
Yeah,
Best thing Gene Yang will probably ever do in his career.
yeah, she's doing a good job so far.
Do you have any big videos or anything that people need to know about? Big streams coming up?
Always got stuff going on, so go check out the channel. But nothing new this week. But yeah, always stuff to check out.
Very good. You just went and saw The Jerk, right?
Yeah, saw that because Regal's playing comedies, like old comedies on the big screen for this month. So saw The Jerk, Steve Martin this week. It's pretty good. Fun time.
Still got it?
Yeah, it's still a good movie.
All right, Doc. Last but not least, you got anything to recommend?
All right. I'm going to first of all recommend that people go check out our review of Uncanny X-Men Annual, whatever fucking number it is. #1, because they're all #1 now. It is quite possibly the worst thing I've ever seen. Fucking the ginger fat chick, Gail. Right. Sorry, I couldn't remember her name. Quite possibly the worst thing she's ever written. It is an abysmal comic book by every conceivable measure. Even the art was committed the sin of boring. And so I'm going to recommend you go check that out. And let's see. I think I talked about ordering these last week, but they came in and I got 2 of them because they were discounted. And then I also grabbed some, there was a couple of Crimson Vipers that were on clearance at my LCS that I picked up. Then my Girl Crimson Guard retro came in.
Cool.
It's a really nice looking figure. I'm still like kind of 50-50 on opening this one.
Wow.
With some of the retro ones, it's kind of a hard decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like it. And then so we will go with some classic Uncanny X-Men, some Byrne, Claremont X-Men. Oh, I love this cover. I just really, really like this cover. And this is the this is the direct edition on this one. So, because you can tell because it's got the little slashed out barcode thing. That's what they used to do on direct editions because they didn't use barcodes on them. Then we will go with Uncanny X-Men again, but this wonderful Joe Madureira. This is back whenever they had stopped doing variants, but one month they did surprise 1 in 4 variants. And I mean, that Rogue ass. Come on. Right there. Joe Mad doing Rogue in with their ass in the spacesuit. I mean, come on. It's
one of my favorite Joe Mad covers of all time.
I know. And finally, we will go with G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, new issue out this week. I was going to say the same thing. I don't see this as a girl boss book. Everyone here was competent. At no point did they ever even talk about the fact that it was an all women team. They had there was a very clear reason why it was an all female strike team, and it was because they were pretending to be nuns to start the issue off. I mean, having a bunch of dudes in there wearing nun habits be kind of fucking weird. I mean, it's the 2026, so wait for dudes to try to start becoming nuns by just calling themselves chicks, but whatever. But no, this was a good issue, and I definitely say, look, everything G.I. Joe has been really good. Also, the I know it's probably not as interesting to most people as the first one was, but there's 11 days left on the Kickstarter for the G.I. Joe Real American Hero Compendium, on Kickstarter, the hardcover versions, but this is for a new era. However, I have no interest in the a new era ones because those are all the fucking IDW ones. And I feel like there was another because I don't think it was the Josh Blaylock Devil's Due Press stuff. But regardless, I'm not buying that. However, you can get second prints of if you didn't buy it the first time around, the hardcover of the original era. So the Marvel Comics Larry Hama era from back in the day. So you can get second prints of that right now as well. So, and you don't have to buy the new era. But those are my recommendations this week.
Very nice. Sully's showing off one of his things that he's totally not, invested in. He lets go of all material.
Right, my material possessions. Yes, you can't.
He holds on to nothing.
It was an email. It was just there were ones and zeros, man. But it was from Scott Snyder. I should have kept it. But why? Should
have framed it
against him.
Should have framed it. We could have formed the league of people who've received nasty grams from Scott Snyder.
I could have printed it and framed it. Put it in a slab.
Very nice. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Do we have a national championship coming up, or did that already happen? No, that already happened. What's this weekend?
The end of
NHL season.
No, but the Penguins, if they can still be the NFL's worst nightmare because they could still somehow end up with not home ice advantage in the first round, and then you'll have Pens Flyers games for round 1 in Pittsburgh during draft weekend.
I don't think the NFL cares about that.
Oh, they will, because they don't have enough fucking hotel rooms and parking for the people that are already 800,000 people going to be in Pittsburgh for it. It will be you add playoffs for the first time for the Penguins in 3 years when they actually have a chance at winning a cup, and it would be the kind of the last hurrah for Malkin, Crosby, and Letang together.
These guys played together for 20 years.
All right.
They are the only trio to ever play for 20 years together. It would fuck up for the NFL because it would make it even worse. It'll make the logistics even worse for the city.
And don't all write it, Wes. I know you got to eat your chicken nuggies, but you know what? You led them into a sports talk.
I did not mean to do that. That was not the intention.
If I got to sit here and listen to sports ball talk, you will listen to every damn word they have to say.
Who gives a fucking? No one cares about hockey.
Are you kidding?
Everyone cares about hockey.
Everyone cares about hockey.
Fucking hockey. I'd rather hear about WrestleMania. That's not even a real sport. WrestleMania is coming up though. We got a big
Go
AEW
away.
paper. That's what's happening this weekend, Sparrow.
Hmm.
Whatever.